Hello, everybody. 4 o'clock in the afternoon, my time. Don't know what time it is where you're at, but it is afternoon for me. So it might be evening for you, it might be morning for you, depending on where at in the world you are. But this is a pop-up live. I'm not sure who's gonna come, who's showing up, what not, have not. But, hey, it is what it is. I am here. I am here. Hello, Sassy. Hello, Katrina. Uh, hello, Jen. Billy Joe. Um, I feel okay. Billy Joe, it's just, I'm still a little sore. And Katrina's been a member for 2 months. That's awesome. Hello, Amber and Kitra, Nancy, and Denise. Howdy, 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 everybody. And Karen and Kendall, Sugar Diamond, and Dawn. I have Happy Mail, but I have two Happy Meals now, but there's supposed to be one delivered today, but I can't get any information on it. Hello, Beverly and Bayou Queen, Aaron and Dinky Crafts, Bernice. Hello, hello. Bernice, my knee is sore, but hello, Heidi. My knee is sore, but we're slowly making through it. We're getting through it. Sent out a notification and we all, yep, Jen, you guys sure did. I made that, that I was going live and 42 people showed up. I missed somebody. Handcraft by, I'm guess Jackie. Is that correct? Correct me if I'm wrong, please. And there's Jax headed out for groceries. Oh, Jax, buy me something good. Kevin just come home with groceries. Hello, Matt, the Rockin' Crocheter. And I'm sure Rebecca's with you. So hi, Rebecca. I really enjoy this area you have been going live from. Well, because as you can see, my chair cover is fallen. I probably should have tried to fix it, but with my knee, I can't put any weight on it. And Kevin's napping. Don't say certain words. Don't say certain words. I am at Walmart, sold a puppy, walking around. Aw. Way to go, Heidi. Sell all of them puppies. Get them puppies a good home. Hello, Cecilia. Did up in their spring. Hello, hello. The Crochet Cabin and Diana and Camille. Up, Tina. I got your package, darling. It's at my feet. I'm waiting for one more to show up. So I'm hoping that shows up today so I can do a happy mail. But Tina, I do have your package, darling. And then I have a package from, I don't know from who. I have no idea from who it's from. Hello, VJ. And Kitra and Karen. Heidi has 3 puppies left to go. That's awesome. Um, hello, Fran. And Cindy is from Florida. That's amazing. And Sharon had lots of fun with you last night. Oh, thanks, Sharon. And hello, Cole and Bonnie. Oh my goodness. I am blessed today. I'm just sitting here putting some stitches in Kevin's scarf. Um, hello, is it Mariana? And Krista's Heavenly Creations. Dinky Crafts coming in is saying hi to everybody. Christine, hello. What are you working? I am working on Kevin's scarf. Okay, good. I'm glad I said your name right. Um, oh, that's awesome. Hopefully, when you do the Happy Mail, it's later in the day like this so I can be here. Uh, Tina, I can open it now since you are here, and I can always do a video later. So, since Tina is in here, I'm going to show you what. So, this is her Happy Mail. I have no idea what's in here. There is a card. A gift. Oh, a gift for the future. Let's see what the card says. Hopefully when you do, okay. Hello, Deborah. I found my drop spindle today, so spring I will be watching. Aw, way to go, Crochet Cabin. Hello, Denise. Okay. Um, there's a lot in this card. Okay, just my way to. So it's a thank you. It's something for my granddaughter that's on the way. She's due any time now. Thank you for giving me yarn to make some Boggy Creek blankets. Tina, you are more than welcome. I know you would make blankets yourself, but you just don't have the time. So by us helping each other, uh, I'm not reading this. To me, this is a personal card, and I read the highlights, but the rest of it I want to keep personal. So let's see what this beautiful blanket is. I can already see some of the stuff. Look at that. Um, Barbara, hello. I am in pain, Barbara, but it's getting manageable. Um, Mona, hello. I'm feeling much better. Ooh, is this pretty? Oh my gosh. This is pretty. Oh, look at that. Look at that, everybody. Look. And it's a corner to corner. And it's nice and soft. Oh my goodness. Look at that. Oh, I love the colors. Beautiful baby blanket. Tina, thank you so much, darling. Oh my gosh. Um, oh, it's gorgeous. Oh, I like that. Tina, what yarn did you use? Because this is nice. That's nice. I like that. I have another blanket that needs to go to my son and daughter-in-law. I'll put that in the package. Hello, Denisha and Phyllis. Lorraine, hello. Hello, Sam. Amelia. And I'm sorry if I didn't catch you guys coming in. I was a bit occupied. But I am so... Tina, what yarn did you use, darling? That's nice yarn. You were right. The sale at Yarn Inspirations was unbelievable. Yeah, Diane, the Yarn Inspiration sale was, so I watched Creative Grandma. I'm sure some of you do too. And she had made a comment in her video that she posted today that Yarn Inspirations actually lowered the prices from the beginning of the sale. So if you guys were at the beginning of the sale when it first started, from what I heard, they lowered the prices even more. So you might want to take another gander. Hello, Pamela. Okay. Oh, wow. There's no card. There's no card in the box. I have no idea who sent this, but whoever it was, thank you. It is a stand. It's a 360-degree rotatable. Oh, wow. And it says a 7 to a 13-inch tablet. I have a 13-inch. Whoever sent this, thank you. I don't know who you are, but oh my gosh, that is awesome. Thank you so much. Wow. Make sure it's not in the paper. No. Because sometimes there's like a little gift slip, but I'm not seeing one. But anyway, thank you whoever sent that beautiful stand. Thank you so much. Okay, time to shop. Amazon. Oh my gosh. Did I miss? Oh, Michelle, you sent it. Well, thank you, darling. Oh my gosh. That's awesome, Michelle. Thank you. I'm sitting here rattling my brain. It's like, who sent this to me? I am so glad that you let me know, Michelle. Well, hugs and kisses to you, darling. But now you know you know me. I have to repay your kindness. Let's see. Yes, Michelle is a doll. Spoils us all. I'm just happy that Hobby Lobby soft. Okay, thank you, Tina. That's some nice yarn, guys. If you shop Hobby Lobby, that's some really nice yarn. Thank you, Tina. I can't wait to send this to my son and wife. My son and his wife, not my wife, his wife. I love her to death, but you know, a fatherly love, and that's it. That's as far as Russ goes. Love her to death, but that's it. I did it because you deserve it, and you already have. You love, well, but you know you're going to have something coming. But I have to be careful because a lot of the Bougie yarn has wool in it, and Michelle can't have wool. So she's going to have other Bougie yarn. So my mind is going to Cascade, Barocco, Plymouth. So we're going to have to dig through, we're going to have to do some stash diving and see what we can come up with that's a bougie yarn, not made of wool. We're going to have to go swimming. And that's a sea of yarn, people. I'm telling you, that's a sea of yarn. I think we already know how much Russ loves you, Michelle, especially from last night. Russ, lick and tell. No, lick and tell. Oh my goodness. Hello, Nana Crochet. Hello, Ada. Bon Bon. Oh my goodness. I'm missing people. So sorry if I miss you guys. Camille Creations. Barocco is a beautiful yarn. Oh my gosh, Barocco is so lovely. And I do have Barocco yarn. And I do have Cascade yarn. And I do have Plymouth yarn. And Russ has it, okay. Most of the time, Russ probably has a brand. It might not be the brand or the colorway that you have, but I probably have the brand that you're talking about, or I've at least used it in the past. There is some that I haven't used now. Hello, Ricky. Hugs to you in Sweden. I've never tried the last two, but all I need is love and watch hours. Well, we're going to see if Russ can find some Plymouth yarn and some Barocco yarn. Because them are going to be about the bougiest you're going to get without getting into some wool content. Hello, Tracy. Hello. Oh, it's good morning. Tracy's morning. See, I told you at the beginning, it might be, it's my afternoon, but it could be somebody else's morning. It could be somebody else's evening. Just depends on in the world where you're at. Love Barocco yarn. They really stepped up their game. Yes, Crafty Goddess. Right around 2016, Barocco really started hitting. They really focused more, I think, on their brand and getting their yarn right. Because now their yarn is really. I have a huge blanket I made, and it's corner to corner graining out of Barocco yarn. It cost me a fortune. Actually, it cost me as much to make that blanket as it did my mini hanks from Aberdeen. And that was 5 years ago on a sale. So Barocco is pretty expensive, guys. Russ has all the girls in the yard. I'm sorry. I don't mean to be hoggish, but Russ has a warehouse. Not quite, but I do have a skein or two. Hello, Kitra. And Christina says Russ has all the yarns. Not all the yarns, but I do have quite a few. Russ, it might be easier to tell what yarn you don't have. That's the problem, VJ. I don't know what yarns There's a lot of yarn I remember I have. Don't ask me how I remember that, but I love Barocco Modern Cotton. Barocco Modern Cotton is really nice. Hello, Liz. It is 10:17 in Sweden, p.m. So they're 6 hours ahead of us. But Tracy, who lives in Australia, she's like way ahead of us. Hello, Mary. And Rebecca loves Barocco. Barocco is a really, really lovely yarn. if my knee wasn't messed up, I could actually, so behind the love seat, there's like 7 totes of yarn, and that is all from the yarn shop, the local yarn shop here in town. So if I go visit her, I always try and take some yarn um, out of one of them totes to work on a project while I'm there. So that way I can honestly say that, hey, this yarn come from this shop. She might not carry it anymore, but it did come from this shop. Um, just Googled Barocco. Looks interesting. I will have to look into if they ship to Sweden. That I'm not sure. Um, but the Wool Warehouse might have some Barocco. They might not carry it all, but at one time Barocco was doing drop ships. I'm not sure if they still do or not, but check them out. Barocco's got some really, really nice yarn. Um, a skein or two, don't we all? Exactly, she spins. We just have a skein or two. It's like our other halves, whether it be a boyfriend, husband, girlfriend, whatever, they always go overboard. Oh, you have so much yarn. I have 2 skeins. Why are you worried about 2 skeins of yarn? Stick with 2 skeins, guys. I'm telling you. I have 2 skeins. Russ has all the yarns meant as a, and I take it as a compliment, Krista. Russ, Kevin said you have a lot. I do, but that's what all partners say. What I just got done saying. They always think that we have way too much. It's like, no, I have 2 skeins. See? 1, 2. Do I not have 2? Don't go looking around. I'm saying physically in my hands, do I not have 2? There, I rest my case. I have 2. If you always keep 2 with you, you're always covered. I have 2. 1, 2. And this I didn't have to buy. I actually won this. Um, it was my birthday month, 1 August. This was several years ago. And I actually won this. Hand dyed. It's 100% merino wool, DK weight. The color's honeydew. I cannot, it's, if you go to knitting, niqabi.com, they do have a website. There it is. There's the website. Right there. That's the website. Yep, it's 8:20 a.m. in Australia. So Sam is also in Australia. Um, it's 1:45 in California from Diane. Hello, Tammy. Happy Saturday at work, so can't stay. Just being a ninja. Just wanted, well, Panda, thank you very much for stopping in and saying hello. And hit that thumbs up on your way out, please. I really appreciate that, guys. Oh, sweet. Love Crafts in the UK have that brand. I will have to. There you go, Ricky. I forget about Love Crafts. Russ, the pattern is the diamond pattern. I made some of your boggy blankets in. Not, oh, it's diamond pattern. Not, it looked corner to corner to me. But Tina, thank you so much for clarifying that, darling. We'll catch the replay. Be safe. Okay, Panda, don't work too hard. Hey, hey there, all. I'm working on a sweater, but I'm here. Michelle, if you want to come up, I'll put the link in the box. If you want to come up. It's 1:20 in California. Hello, Sherry. So Denisha's making sleeves for her sweater. Lori, remember, you got to remember 2 skeins. That's it. I have 2 skeins. Crochet Rock ships anywhere. She may have Broco in stock. We're trying. Exactly, Jennifer. Broco is really nice yarn. Classroom stories and crochet. Hello. Now look, Crochet Cabin. We're not going to split hairs today. 2 skeins. 2. 1, 2. I love you guys. I just love you guys. Hard to do when I spin two times that every couple of days. Russ said, don't go looking around. Oh my goodness. Yeah, don't bother looking around. Look at what I'm holding in my hands. I'm holding 1, I'm holding 2. The other don't count. They're hid. They don't count. Hello, Rose. Hello, hello. Russ has a big heart, so he needs a lot of yarn. Exactly. Because you never know when I might not be able to give yarn out. There might come a day where Russ cannot just give yarn out anymore. But I will until I can't no more. 1 skein grows into many. Mary, just remember 2. It grows into 2. That's it. Happy lurking. Lurk away. 2 skeins of this and this and this and this. See, Bonnie, you're going to split hairs now. We don't split hairs. Oh, you guys are amazing. I love it. Chris is saying hello. Rebecca is saying hello. Gonna go back and crochet and listen. Okay, Rose. Okay, Michelle does want to come up, so I'm trying to get caught up here. Let's see, invite, copy. It's copied. Okay, and here's that, and paste. Okay, there we go. There you go. There it is, Michelle. My yarn spontaneously doubles every couple of days. See, that's not your fault, Billy Joe. What your yarn does in why it's together, that's on them. So we can't hold you accountable. And here she, beautiful, wonderful, beautiful, glorious. Oh, I'm at loss for words. Your beauty is overwhelming. I'm at loss for words.
Darling, you're just looking in the mirror. That's all.
And I see your gorgeousness.
No, you see you. Perfection personified.
You roll out of bed with perfection.
Only when you're on the other side of the pillow.
Oh, all right. Well.
If we're going to throw the compliments, we can throw them. We're good at it.
We're good at something.
Yeah, what I'm good at, chaos and mayhem mostly. How are you today, my darling?
I'm good. Russ has 2 of this, 2 of that, 2 of the other, and 2 a lot more of the remember. When you put 2 rabbits together, you get more. See, what my yarn does behind the scenes, that's on them.
We don't ask questions. What is it? What's the new thing now? We listen and we don't judge.
There we go.
Oh my goodness. How's
I
Kevin?
got. He's napping,
Oh, okay, very good.
and he waited until we got off the phone before he started playing the piano. I says, "You didn't have to wait until we were off the."
Oh, I would have loved the musical
That's
accompaniment.
what I told him. I said she wouldn't have cared.
I love
I
his
s-
music. He's amazing.
now that I told you that he waited, now he's in trouble. See,
Tell him. Tell him.
you
Miss,
are in the doghouse, Mister.
tell him I'm sad. He withheld his musical beauty from me.
Yep, you made her cry.
Yeah, you can show him this video.
There, he'll watch it. He'll watch it anyway.
Oh, very good. That's the beauty of it. Oh my goodness.
Yarn multiplies like rabbit. Shh, don't tell anybody. We don't tell anybody. We have 2 skeins. That's it. We stick to 2 skeins. That's all we have.
I'm sorry, I'm sending a text.
That's all right. Send away.
I will. I have to.
Time to go. Okay, Jennifer, have a good night.
Bye, Jennifer.
Oh my goodness, this is amazing. So much fun.
It's kind of nice to get together in the early evening for us and just hang out with our friends.
That's right.
I'm actually watching the chat on my television because, yeah, multitasking.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with multitasking. What you planning for dinner?
I cheated. I ordered Subway.
Oh, nice.
My son just got back from work and I just, hi, hello, Kimmy, hello, Ada. Again, TV's all over there. And hello, Ellen. But he just got back from work, so I didn't feel like cooking. I'm sure he doesn't want to cook. So we will have Subway.
I think we're going to have fried chicken, a dinner roll, and potato salad.
Ooh, I bet that's going to be delish. I don't eat chicken, but
Right.
sounds delish. Everything else sounds delish.
Let's see. The Crochet Cabin's making homemade pizza.
Ooh.
Rebecca, Yarn Basket is learning techie stuff on YouTube. I think I fixed my channel so you don't have to include my actual name in searching, just my yarny name.
Perfect.
Okay, so Yarn Basket Toys.
Excellent. Rebecca is bright like that. I don't know if Tina is in the chat. I thought I saw her name.
Yes, Tina was.
Okay, if she's still here, Russ is the ideal resource to ask your question.
Oh, what question?
It was related to lives and how to do a members only subscribers only chat. So if you're doing live and you only want your subscribers to be able to chat in the chat way, you want to block out any potential trolls. Not everybody is a troll, and I don't want that to come off like we're only allowing people who know us, because otherwise you're a troll. That's not what I'm saying.
Right.
But you want to limit it. It also makes it easier for you to keep up with the chat. I know I get lost. But
So that's kind of like, I know people do it.
Yeah.
And that's okay.
I'm gonna hit you for a second.
Okay. So I'm I'm going to elaborate on that just a little bit. So yes, you can go in and you can set up to only subscribers of your channel can chat. That you can. But sometimes that discourages people, new people that are coming in, because it's kind of like people want to test a live. So they'll come in and they'll chit chat to see, your response, your responsiveness. But if you have the chat blocked out for just everybody chatting, you might discourage them. That's my opinion. I'm not saying it's right. I'm not saying it's wrong. That's my opinion. That's why I don't do that. But if you go into your settings, you can set time limits. So when you do a live, you can set a 5-minute timer, a 10-minute timer, an hour timer. You can go in there and you can set times. So it's like somebody has to be subscribed to your channel 5 minutes before they could chat. Maybe they have to be subscribed to your channel for an hour, maybe 24 hours. But you can go in there and you can set that. So you just have to go into your settings and set all of that.
Thank you. I'm glad you elaborated on that. That's not something I know. And I know that there are certain, situations that you want to limit the chat conversation, but I wanted that answered because the question was asked. So, as I say, what I don't know, I go to my resources and find
Yes. So a lot of bigger channels do that. Um, but for me, I keep a lot of stuff out of my titles.
out.
I keep no giveaways are in my title. Um, Possible giveaways or chances to win something or possibility. I keep all of that out of my titles because that is what's going to bring people just for that. Now,
Exactly.
now, if you're all about that, by all means, please put those words in there. If that's what you like and that's what you want, please put those. Make sure that's in your wording. That hey, I'm doing a giveaway.
Exactly. You're going
Um,
to get the audience you're looking for by what you put in your
exactly.
title.
And a lot of people only want the attention for certain videos, and that's perfectly fine. That works for them. That
Yeah,
don't work. That don't work for my squirrel brain.
that would
Um,
be
I-
me. I'm not a giveaway channel. I'll give away love. I've literally got it all over everywhere and will gladly share with you the most I can give. Attention, as long as the squirrel is on the spindle, we can go with it. But the moment she jumps off, hey, you get what you get. I can't offer more.
and I have lost subscribers in the past because I don't give giveaways. I don't do enough of them. I do rare. I do, but that's not what my channel is about. I'm not saying that's right. I'm not saying that's wrong. That's just what works for this channel. It's Raining Yarn channel. That's what works for me.
It's kind of like the conversation you and I were having a little bit earlier. We all come to this platform with our own experiences and our own vision for our channel. The rules in our channel space are the rules for us. It does not mean my rules are applicable to other channels. It does not mean that other rules at other channels are going to be applicable on mine. There are certain types of conversations that I simply will not have on my channel. It's not a great place for them.
Can you set it up for individual? So it's kind of like now there could be a way to set it up for each live, but the way that I know how is once you set it, it's set. So every live will do that going forward. So at the end of your live, you would have to go in and you'd have to reset it. So it's kind of like that's why a lot of people will do like 5 minutes.
Yeah,
Um,
delayed response
yeah,
opportunity.
and it will say in the chat box, this channel you have to be subscribed to for X number of minutes before you can chat. Um, so
Oh, thank you to Kimberly, by the way. I just saw that because of your generosity and your cuteness, she subscribed to my channel. So thank you, Kimberly.
Sorry, Barbara, you never have to apologize. You come in when you can and you leave when you have to. Russ still loves you either way. I love your chats and programs. Oh, well, thank you, Barbara. That means a lot to me because that's what it's all about.
It's all about making the connection and community.
And I'm hope I keep I keep going to Yarn Inspirations looking for my order to see if it's been processed.
It
Right?
doesn't have Amazon reaction, sir.
I know, but oh, well, thank you, Yarn Basket. I really appreciate you becoming a member. That's
You're gonna love
amazing.
it here. You're gonna
Thank
love it
you.
here.
And the money that is generated goes for shipping when I ship yarn out to charities. So that's what the money's used for, basically. Because
Yes.
shipping's a killer. I'm telling you.
Yes, yes, yes.
But I do it because it's what I do. Hi, Nanny. Great to catch you today, Russ. My knee is sore, but it is it is getting better. So in the back of my mind, I think there was just maybe a muscle or something torn that wasn't too serious and staying off it. It's letting that muscle heal. But I go to the orthopedic surgeon on the 17th, which is coming up in 6 days. So I think that's what, Thursday?
It's Friday.
Friday? Okay. So I go see
Yes.
him on Friday. And we'll see what he has to say. But I am able to put a little bit of pressure on it today.
Oh,
So
that's great.
that in itself is a milestone.
Yes. Yes.
So I'm just I'm still staying off it as much as I can. I'm still using my walker, but it's healing.
I am laughing because Denisha says you're going to be looking every 2 minutes, and I have to remind you this is not Amazon. That's okay. I ordered some things on Monday from Amazon, and they just arrived today, although they were due on Thursday. I was honestly afraid you were not going to get that stand in time. And my reasoning for getting it is because as you have to be in that chair for extended periods of time, I want you to be able to go live and to be able to do so by bringing the device closer to you than you having to stretch and type. So it was all about having access to my Russie.
Well, I appreciate that very much.
Well, it was totally selfish. I admit it.
Michelle, thank you for letting Russ know he's going to be looking every 2 minutes. I think I said that, but oh well, it deserved repeating because I like the statement. Because Russ will be, I'm telling you, Russ is going to be looking until it finally says
Yes,
processed. And then when it
I'm no
says
different.
shipped, every 2 minutes I'm going to be tracking that shipping. I'm telling you.
Oh, considering the shipping nightmares you've had with yarn, I can totally understand.
I almost want to find out where they're shipping from in the U.S. so I can just go there and pick up my order. Well, I'd have
Have
to hire
access.
a freight truck,
That you would. That you would.
but just remember it was just I ordered just a couple of things.
Just two
A
things.
a couple of this, a couple of that, a couple of this, a couple more of that.
Yeah,
Hello, Monique. I'm afraid I broke my own diet. I ordered some.
a week
Well,
ago.
Melissa, that's okay because we everybody falls off the wagon. You just got to climb back up on that wagon and do your best.
That's all you can do. And one of the beauties of purchasing yarn, it does not expire. Store it properly and you will have it as long
Forever.
as you or you.
Yeah, you as long as you keep it well maintained, you'll have it forever.
Absolutely. I'm
If,
being bad. I'm changing a pattern.
well, if you well think about it, uh, yarn that was in your grandmother's stash, or maybe it was your mother's stash. You go and if you knit
It's
or
still there.
crochet, it's still there and it's still usable.
Absolutely. How many of us
And
have blankets that were made for us as children that are now we are, parents and grandparents, and we still have those blankets and we can pass them down.
exactly,
So yeah,
exactly.
I'd rather
Uh,
buy yarn than a lottery ticket.
oh, Tracy has some merino and possum wool arriving on.
Wow.
Oh, Tracy, let me know how you like that.
Oh yeah. That's going to be
Um,
interesting.
but Michelle, you won't be able to have it because
No.
it's wool.
Well, superwash merino doesn't cause me a reaction. The others, mm,
Oh, you can have superwash merino.
yes, yes. Malabrigo Rios was my very first bougie yarn. Now, agreed, I didn't find out about it until March, but I have discovered I can touch it because when I saw that it was wool, I was like, no. And the lady explained that it has to do with the processing, that it removes the lanolin of the fibers,
Yep.
which makes it, more palatable for people who have allergies. So I tried it. I was like, you know how you touch something but you're afraid? I touched it, no reaction. I didn't have the itchy reaction that I normally get. My throat didn't start itching. I was good to go. And I have since made a couple of things. And I have some in my stockpile right now in the Aries colorway because, of course, gotta have what you are. And it's a beautiful, rich red. It's so, so pretty.
Sharon, what are you waiting on? Why are you not yarn shopping yet, Miss Sharon? Put Dawn over your knee and spank her.
She better be careful. She'll end up back in the cupboard again. She's barely being given extension chain to go potty without a bucket. It's bad. It's bad. You all, if you see Sharon in the YouTube streets, ask her to blink twice just in case. Wait a minute, Dawn's in here. I better be careful. I sent my report.
Hmm. Monique says, I recognize my yarn. Oh, I reorganized my yarn wall yesterday. It's so pretty and organized. All my projects are ready to start, and whips aren't as bad as I thought. And I made space for yarn coming Tuesday. Well, see, Monique, there you go. That's beautiful.
I have a whole wall that needs you.
Can you come organize 150 some totes of yarn?
You want to come here first because you start on that and we will see you in 3 years minimum. And that's if you're fast.
And that's praying hope Russ don't buy any yarn.
This is true.
Like
I
in
didn't
the
I didn't say it. I didn't say it.
I'm gonna
And then of
I've
course,
gotta be good though, guys. I gotta be good. At least until I get off of medical leave from work, because right now I'm not getting paid for being on medical leave.
that part.
Mm.
And that's hard. That is hard.
Exactly, Rebecca. Two skeins.
Just two skeins.
I have 150 totes, but there's only two skeins.
I love Ellen's statement. My ban was for 90 days, never again.
Hello, my beautiful friend. Hello. Uh, Craig, if you want to come up, let me know. I'll put the link in the description box. I call it a description box. It's a chat box.
No more
Russ is
bans,
going to
just
buy
one skein at a
yarn,
time.
so don't waste your. Vivian, no, I cannot buy yarn.
I
No,
am
no,
I,
no.
I am being Switzerland. I am saying nothing. I am saying nothing. I understand why he isn't. I support and encourage him to behave because as much as Thursday night was so much fun, I would much prefer. Ooh, he did it again. Oh, stop it. We're not supposed to do this on camera with the audience. On camera without the audience, well, that's Thursday.
Oh my goodness.
However,
Hello,
Ooh,
Patty. It's good to see you.
hey, Pat. Oh, look at the baby in the picture. I'm sorry. The baby in the picture is so cute. And the television is a few seconds behind, so I get extra moments with the kitty. I love it.
And Amanda, we are doing wonderful. How are you doing? No more
How are you,
bands,
Amanda?
just one skein. Exactly, Ellen. No more bands on yarn, just by one skein at a time.
Exactly. And well, no, two skeins. One for this hand, one for that hand. That
And
way.
then one for this tote and one for that tote. But then don't make the other 148 totes upset because they don't get one.
Exactly. You got to treat the totes like we treat the children. Everybody's equal.
Exactly.
See, this is how we get in trouble.
Oh my goodness, thank you, Patty.
Oh, Patty, so
Oh,
sweet.
thank you,
Thank
darling.
you.
You're amazing and awesome. And I still use the crochet hooks that you and your hubby sent me. Her and her husband had bought me crochet hooks like, what was that, 2 years ago?
Wow. So sweet. So
Oh, it was.
sweet.
And I really liked them actually. And Amber's been a member for 3 months. Thank you so much, darling. I
Thank
appreciate
you,
that.
Amber.
That's amazing.
Amber is rather awesome.
You may treat the totes the same, but you still have a favorite. Yeah, 155 totes.
Yes.
uh,
My favorite child is the child.
Whatever tote I'm digging out of at the moment, that's the favorite.
Yeah.
Oh, Craig's waiting on the invite. Okay. Sorry, Craig. I got my lips were flapping faster than I was typing.
I'm sorry. Oh, Rachel. Hi, Rachel. I'm sorry. When the black screen around it for me makes it a little challenging to see who
Hello,
is saying
Rachel.
what.
Hello, hello. Fiber Spider's on the way.
That's
How do you
exciting. I've
remember?
never had the pleasure. I've talked to him indirectly, but never directly.
Well, he's my best friend in this world. So,
Well, I love him. He is hilarious and cute too.
Marcelina, I don't really remember um, what's all in my totes anymore. Um, but me and Kevin is working. Kevin's got a spreadsheet worked out, and we're going to be, oh gosh,
Doing a spreadsheet?
we're going to be adding these totes on the spreadsheet.
Okay.
I might have to send Craig
The link.
I might have to. Let's see here. Where is my other tablet? I have two tablets.
Well, one of them is Tippy's.
Let's see here. Hmm. Okay. So yeah, my yarn inspiration order is still unfilled.
I knew you were gonna look. I knew you were gonna look. My
I did.
gracious.
I looked.
Patience, grasshopper.
I do have patience. I just want my yarn.
Well, Denisha, be patient with yourself as you work on that sleeve. Sleeves are a challenge. Sleeves are a challenge. I'm planning to do a mild augmentation to the pattern
Oh,
I'm working on.
there he is. Look at how cute.
Oh, bend your head down for just a second, darling. I want to see that hat. Oh, I
It says
love it.
that's your waffle hat, right?
Yeah.
Yes. It
Hi.
looks so cozy. Hi, sweetie. How
Hi.
are you?
I'm sleepy.
I'm sorry.
I'm a little dopey. sometimes happy, mostly grumpy. But I'm definitely sleepy right now because Russ is like, I wake up to a message. He's like, yeah, I might go live at X, Y, and Z. Actually, I'm going to go live at 4. Now, I got his text at like a hop, skip, and a jump before 4, and I just woke up. And I'm like, yeah, I'm literally just waking up now. He's like, oh, that's awesome. I'm like, yeah, you think so?
See,
It's all a matter of
I'm not the
perspective.
only one. I am not the only one that watches yarn orders.
She has
So
Ricky has a totally different circumstance. She is not in the U.S.
how's everybody doing?
I am awesome sauce.
Ooh, that's my favorite kind of sauce.
It's very flavorful.
Oh yes, it is. You know, I mean, I've been dabbling with, cooking and baking and stuff, and
Yes.
like one of my most favorite condiments slash sauces. It's called chili crisp.
I've never tried that. What does that entail? What's in it?
Oh,
Oh
it
my
is
goodness, that
so
face.
good.
That's the old face. That is so wrong.
Yes, Nana, I am so glad that I don't live in Canada because I wouldn't be able to buy yarn.
Yeah, that'd be a
And yep, so Lynn, my schedule changed at work. So I actually work Monday through Friday now from 2 p.m. to 10 p.m. So you're going to be seeing Russ kind of like bounce around until I can get in my niche, until I can really get the times down that I want to
Until you
be.
can get into the Emperor's New Groove.
Yes.
Um, so chili crisp, it is Asian in origin. I don't know specifically where in Asia.
hmm
Um, and I don't want to do a disservice by saying it's this, that, or the other. But it's Asian. Um, Rachel, go you.
Yes, yes, and thank you.
Um, and essentially, the process of making it is some really hot oil, and
Okay.
then you pour that over a mix of Szechuan peppercorns and uh, crushed red pepper flakes, and all sorts of hot stuffs, and then you let that sort of steep, and then so you have this infused oil.
hmm
Um, and who's Wetskis? Russ, are you going to break out the glow sticks and then the smoke machine?
Well, I'm trying to learn all these different things that my little machine will do.
You're just breaking out all the bells and the whistles, ain't you?
Yes,
Um,
yes.
and so it creates this really awesome, spicy, flavorful condiment. It's not the best way I could describe it is that it's not a hot heat; it's more of a numbing heat, if that makes any
Mm,
sense.
Too
it
hot for
absolutely
me.
does.
Too
And
hot.
so, like, I could eat like a spoonful of it and I will be fine. Um, but if it was like a spoonful of like jalapenos or wasabi, I'd be like,
Hmm.
okay. Uh, um, but it's seriously, it's really great. And just taking like a teaspoon of that and throwing
hmm
that into your ramen,
Um,
it's so
crochet,
good.
crochet cabin, they're 99 cents.
It sounds amazing.
It is. Now, the thing is, because it involves hot oil, and I am a nervous Nelly, and I'm really good at smoking things
hmm
in the kitchen. And I don't want, and I don't want to set off the smoke alarms.
Yes.
I buy my chili crisp. Um, I do not make my chili crisp. And so it's really good. Before that, it was gochujang, which is sort of like a
Now I've heard of that.
it's this bright red paste, and it's got some kick to it. There are different levels of hotness, and that it's good to add two other things. You wouldn't just use it as it is. Hey, Pamela.
Sweet
But
lady.
it's like a good thing to, add to something. So I've been branching out and whatnot. It's fun
And trying
stuff.
some things.
Pardon?
I said, and trying some things. I loved
Yeah,
it.
yeah. Um,
I'm trying to remember how you do the balloons.
I have no idea. My
you
iPad
you
is
you you breathe into them. You blow into them. That's how you do balloons.
Rex doesn't
Lisa,
have any air to blow things anymore.
somebody was asking how much my memberships were a month, and I was just letting them know 99 cents. That's if
Hi,
you
Vicky.
that's just if you want to support the channel. It don't cost you anything to be a subscriber. Oh, the peace sign. Is it just one or is it two? Nope, just one.
Oh, so it's a hand signal that prompts
Yeah.
that?
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
And
AI, you freaky beast.
She's a saucy girl.
and thank you, Crochet Cabin, for wanting to renew your membership when it expires. Because that helps me pay for shipping when I ship yarn for people that want to make Boggy Creek blankets or people that are having charity drives. It all helps shipping.
So what is everybody working on today?
I'm working on a scarf that I frogged.
It's funny. Today must be the day to work on things you frogged. I am working on the bottom of a sweater for my bonus child. And I call her my bonus child not because of a relationship, but because when I met her, I was like, okay, she's mine. She's a hot mess in the making, and she has become quite the hot mess, and I love her for it. So she's my bonus
Sounds like
kid.
that kind of person.
She is. She is. You would love her.
Because I mean, I put the hot in hot mess. So, I'm like a steaming pile of questionable whatnot.
Oh, I'm a walking cautionary tale.
I like that. You're making me think of it was a book called Politically Correct Bedtime Stories.
Oh my
And so
goodness.
so you had the three codependent goats gruff.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
I love it. I love it.
yeah. And so I mean it was not for children.
It doesn't sound like
But it
it,
was
but
it
it
was it was a
definitely.
like a retelling of the classics, but in a contemporary PC style, and it was fun. It was funny, and sometimes you need
Yes.
that.
Oh, you
Um,
definitely do. You definitely do.
I mean, and also, I mean, I love fairy tales and folklore and all that good stuff. I have a thing for that. Even though I'm old enough to have kids, the kids' stories that are the most fun.
I think
They are.
one of my favorite stories to read is the real stories that are that are fairy tales as told not by the hero but by the villain.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, those are my favorites. Of course, I never read them in my daycare, but I absolutely love them.
Well, you're
Rachel's
making me think.
working Rachel's working on a pot roast. Amber's working on staying awake. Sugar Diamond's working on a drawing. Patsy's working on a filet market bag. Oh, her first
Mm,
working on her first market bag. I'm sorry. Lori is working on a corner to corner sleeping bear. Melissa is working on a scarf, which is part of a hat set.
awesome
Um,
sauce.
Tina is working on a filet pumpkin. Ricky is working on a mosaic blanket.
Wow.
Lisa's finishing a blanket for Boggy Creek and a shawl. The crochet cabin is getting close to being done with a raglan sweater. Rebecca is making onion rings.
Ooh, send me
Uh,
some. I got
Jen
dibs,
is
Russ. I got dibs. I call dibsies.
it's my channel. Uh,
And you can cry if you want to. I call dibsies, baby.
uh, Nana is working on a autumn inspiration blanket. Jen's working on a mosaics blanket. Um,
Okay.
Mariana is working on a shawl. Ellen's laughing. Patty's working on Stash Buster blanket using the 2-in-1 stitch from Fiber Spider's tutorial. The Crafty Goddess is working, making a pile of mala bracelets with semi-precious gemstones.
Ooh,
Um,
very
and
nice. Lisa, you're not getting any onion rings until I get my fudge. I'm putting my foot down. I want
oh,
fudge.
uh, Lisa, are you making me more fudge, darling? Russ
I
comes
tell you,
first.
the absolute easiest fudge recipe known to man. Um, Melt a bag of chocolate chips, just your regular standard bag. Melt that in the microwave. Into that, pour in a can of sweetened condensed milk. Add a pinch of salt. Boom, you got fudge.
Mm,
It is
And
so stupid easy. And
I
then to make
forgot
it
how I
easier
made it.
for serving, you take like a little cookie scoop and you scoop some of that, put that into like one of those little paper cups. You don't have to cut it. You don't have to mess with it later. It's perfect for a serving size. It's awesome. You know,
Mm.
you know, which is
uh,
funny because I just relayed that recipe to my dentist. Um, you know, we were talking about baking, and I'm like, well, I know this is against your code of ethics, but if you need a really easy recipe, this is your go-to, and you'll get more clientele as a result.
Oh goodness. Well,
Because
yeah,
I just
because
had some work done on Thursday.
oh goodness.
Yeah, fortunately, he was very liberal with the Novocaine because I am a big raving baby when it
Oh
comes to pain.
well, yes. And thank you, Lisa. Please understand that I was just teasing you. There is no requirement or even I want chocolate. Anything that delicious, I gotta try. But there's no rush and you don't have to. I do appreciate you though. And everybody brags about it. So I want to know. Forgive me.
but always remember, Lisa, always remember, Russ comes first.
Not always.
Always. Russ always
No,
comes
no.
first.
You are the queen diva, Russ. We all know. You know.
The other night that was questionable.
Diane, I'm feeling okay. My knee is still up in arms, but it will be until I go see
How could
the
your knee
surgeon.
be up in arms? You up in legs?
No, it's up in arms because
Craig,
it's
Craig,
beaten.
I was gonna say you just have to use your imagination, darling.
With Russ, I usually do.
And think outside the box.
There,
Yes.
there. Read,
Well, with Russ,
Michelle. Read,
it's
read,
with
Michelle. Read.
I see. I see. But that's
Where's
just because
Dawn?
she and
Is
I
Dawn Aaron still in here? Where's Dawn Aaron? Dawn, read this. Dawn, read this, baby.
See,
that's
you're
just because
saying that
she and I
I
are
have
getting
to
to
think
know each other.
outside of the box with Russ. With Russ, it's not a box, it's a U-Haul,
It's a Freightliner.
because you can't fit all that yarn in just one box. No, no,
No
no.
way.
No,
No
Oh,
no.
way.
wait till you see what's coming from Yarn Inspirations.
Oh, I can only imagine. Knowing you, I can only imagine. So, so you said that this is a sweater that you are reworking. Are you starting, like, is it like a one that you piece together or a raglan? What kind is it?
Um, it's a duster cardigan, and the pattern is well. It starts out as a traditional pattern. I saw one on YouTube, and the particular pattern I was looking for was something easy for me to make because I've got a whole bunch of other things going on simultaneously. But also, that was size inclusive because my bonus kid is more like my size. So we needed something that was going to be comfortable. And of course, she said, I want it loose and big. I was like, I got you. I think.
I hear
I
I,
you.
think.
I wanted you to read that, Dawn. That's why I was calling you. I wanted you to read that right there, Dawn. Just remember, Dawn, right there, baby.
Keep puffing yourself up, Russ. Keep puffing yourself up.
Because I'm cute.
Yes, we all know. The whole Eastern Seaboard knows.
Well, I
We
also
all
work.
know that you've got a sailor in every port. We know.
Oh, don't leave out the Air Force, the Marines, or the Army.
He's
Be all
very
that you can be, honey bunny. Be all that you
That's
can
right.
be.
He is very service minded.
Service you get, and you get it with a smile.
Is there?
Oh my
Do you have a
goodness.
sign that says over 1 million served?
We're at 1 billion.
Mm. So
So, Craig, it is such an honor to get to share space with you. I have
oh,
admired you for a very long time, and this is genuinely a pleasure. Thank you.
well, it's a pleasure for me too. I love meeting, crafty people. I mean, all walks of life. I mean, most of
Crafty
my
or crabby?
I'm a bit of both.
crafty.
Crabby?
What I take it to the other level. I'm just plain bitchy. Um, but no, because the thing is that this is my time to talk shop. Okay, and
Mhm.
because you guys understand the crazy cacophony of how this mind works, and I don't have to bend over backwards and put myself through mental gymnastics for you to understand what I'm talking about.
No
And
editing.
it's a relief,
It
because
is.
I I give my coworkers a lot of credit because they put up with me. But they don't like. I have to first start off with what the difference between crocheting and knitting is, because I think that they are interchangeable, and that they're they, they're blameless, because it's like, if you don't know, you don't know. I get it. It's fine.
True, true.
But like, I have to start from like square one. um and with this, it's just like I can just like go from 0 to 60. I don't have to like get into first gear, get into second gear, get into third gear. you know and like, I'll show them a project, and it's like, either it clicks with them and they're like, oh, that's really cool, or they're like, what is that? you know but with you guys, it's like you understand like the whole process behind it. So for me, this is an honor for me too, to be able to meet new people, because it's a palate cleanser. It's awesome. I love it. And so the pleasure is just as much mine, honey bunny. Okay.
Well, thank
you know you
you.
know
Thank
you know that I
you.
do not put on airs, please.
Oh,
I
that's what I
don't.
love most. That is what I love most. I get the genuine Craig.
Yeah. you know because the thing is that, in my experience, if a person puts themselves on any kind of a pedestal, people from miles around will line up with rocks to knock you
To
right
knock
down
you
off of
down.
it. So I'm not going to
Yes.
give them the satisfaction.
Well, I have a fear of heights. So you get what you get. Some days you get the queen. Some days you get that girl. Second
Yeah.
cousin to Batgirl.
Well, sometimes you get the queen here, sometimes you get the jester, you know. Sometimes the
Well,
stable hand, But, today I posted a video on how to do some interlocking crochet, and
yes.
it's a lot of fun. I did specify this in the video. It is something to wrap your head around. It is not the easiest thing in the world to understand, because the mechanics of it can be very foreign. And I get that. That's
Okay.
why I did 2 hours worth of footage for essentially a 2-row repeat, because each row is worked twice. So it's kind of a 4-row repeat. Um,
Show us, show
so,
us.
so this is a scarf that I did. So this
Ooh.
is the dominant side. And then this is the passive side, if you will. And so it's 2 layers of filet mesh that are worked together and interlocked with each other. And it creates this really squishy fabric. It's thick, but it has a lot of drape and flexibility, because it's just 2 layers of mesh. So it has some awesome warmth, it has some drape, it has some flexibility, and I love how it is totally reversible, which I
I
love.
do.
Now,
That's lovely.
Thank you. And so
Awesome.
I did a tutorial on that. And then I'm already gearing up for another project because you know how this warped little mind of mine works.
Which is what
So,
we love.
well, to each their own. So right now I'm working on, to all of you peoples, you're getting a sneak peek. You get to see it first. So I'm working on another project, also worked in Pound of Love with pumpkin spice and antique white. This is,
Ooh. Oh my goodness.
so this is a basket weave of sorts. And so
Yes.
this is the front side. And then the back
Okay.
side looks, I think, just as cool.
Oh, I'm done. Why does one look like parquet flooring and the other one looks like bacon? Or maybe I want
Well,
both
I mean,
of them.
also
I don't know. I love it. I
the
love
camera
it.
does give it a bit of a reddish hue, but
Mm-hmm.
no, this is like pumpkin spice, so it's more of like a rusty orange. So
Yes.
this
I
is a
love it.
blanket that I'm currently working on, and oh, I have been working on it. I already went through an entire pound of the pumpkin spice because the width and then the
Oh my
height.
goodness. And it go oh wow. Honey.
I've been a busy little bee.
Yes, you have, and I love it.
I have been a busy bee. Thank you very much. So yeah, I just started the second skein of the pumpkin spice, and I still have this much left of the antique white of the first initial skein. But I got more yarn because I'm gonna keep going, and then I get to do sort of the finishing border around the entire thing to sort of join these two layers
Oh,
together.
okay. I was
Um,
looking at that when you had it pulled up and I could see the bottom. I was like, well, what kind of border is on that? And then I'm like, it's not a border. Those are two different pieces that have to be married together.
Right, right, along the edging. And so that's what I've been working on. So yes, you peoples, Russ's family, you get to see, the sneak of the peak. And so that will be February.
Lovely. Very, very nice.
Thank you. It's kind of busy. I understand that, but it is very, very, very easy in my perspective. It's very easy to do because the repeat, Uh, I want to say, I think it's a 6-row repeat, if I'm not mistaken. It's like a 6-row I think it's a 6-row repeat. And you have to work each row twice, but it's really not that bad.
It sounds glorious.
Well, thank you. We do what we do, and I mean, I also would really like to get into the overlay mosaic.
Yes.
Would really like to do that. Also, I got some toys recently.
What did you get? Was it Leto?
No, that this is completely different. It's Yarny related, but it's completely different. No, actually, I ordered an inkle loom.
What on earth is that?
I love the
Share.
questioning look. I haven't gotten
Like,
it yet. I didn't get it yet because it's on back order.
okay.
But it's on its way from Kentucky right now. An inkle loom is it's a weaving loom. Um,
Okay.
and it okay, like those gigantic, huge floor looms where they push levers and it makes a lot of noise and it takes up half a room.
Yes.
No, this one, it's a lot smaller and there are no moving parts. Basically, it's a framework with all these pegs sticking out of it, and
I've seen
you
this.
wrap the warp like in like a serpentine fashion around all those pegs, and that's the warp strands are the really long strands. The weft, that's the one on the little bobbin. The weft is the one that you weave back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And the design of the inkle loom is such that you can do narrow strips of weaving for things like belts or shoelaces or bookmarks or straps, for bags or that sort of thing. Um, The Weave It, I think that's a little bit smaller. I think the Weave It's are more for like pin looms, I think. I think a Weave It is more of like a pin loom. This one, it's instead of being restricted to pins sticking up, this one, it's like a really, really, really long loop, bunch of loops of thread that are wrapped around all those pegs. And then you just weave back and forth with a shuttle. With your weft thread wrapped around it. So I thought I'd give that a try.
You are amazing. I learned so much from you. Thank you.
You're so
Thank
welcome.
you.
So I was thinking about perhaps maybe making myself some shoelaces, maybe a belt. It would be like one of those double D buckles.
Yes. Oh,
The D
yes.
rings. Yeah, I'm
Yes.
talking old school hippie stuff here. So it's like the two D rings where you put in through both and then you pull
And then you
back through
pull
the
back through
one.
the middle.
Yeah.
Yes.
Um, maybe do a belt or something like that. Maybe do some handles for some bags.
Oh
Now the
my
thing is
goodness.
the one that I got, because in this respect, I'm like Russ. I go big or I go home, right?
This is
So
true.
this one, it's much wider than your typical one. It's like, if what I read is correct, I can do up to 5 inches wide because the pegs are long enough. So I was thinking do a woven skinny scarf.
Oh.
Use some
Oh,
like a weight of 3
wow.
yarn. Do like some like a not so much of a functional, more of like a embellishment decorative scarf as opposed to something that's going to keep you really warm. Yeah, so
Yes.
you know VJ. And
You
so I
said
was
that
thinking
and my
maybe do
brain
like,
went to, remember the skinny ties from the 80s?
yeah,
That's what my brain went to. Like,
is that
oh yeah.
was that like a bolo? Was that what it was
No, the
called?
bolo was the one with the emblem in the middle and you pull the two strings through. The skinny ties were those micro skinny, some were knitted, some were crocheted, but they were a fabric tie that you tied just like a traditional necktie. But they were no more than an inch and a half to 2 inches wide.
Might
They
as well use
were
shoelaces at that rate.
they were beautiful though. I loved them. But I'm an 80s kid, so well, I was born in the 70s. My teen years were the 80s, so therefore those things stick out more to me than, let's say, bell bottoms and
Right.
leisure
Well, I mean, I was
suits
born in
and
'79, so I was a wee sprout in the '80s, so I get it. I totally
yeah.
understand. So yeah, I thought it would be fun to try out, and see what happens.
Well, I'm excited to see how these things develop. You have
Yeah.
an amazing mind. So getting
Oh, it's
to
a warped and
see what
dangerous
comes,
place, honey bunny. It's a warped and dangerous place.
listen, it's scary in here. I tell people if you like horror stories and haunted houses, come on inside. You may not make it out. You may
There,
not make
there's
it out, but come on
there's lots of
inside.
interesting company in here. Yes. Oh, I
Yes.
know.
Yes.
Um,
It is a
so
fun place.
I've been working on a couple of other projects. I mean, the one that I'm working on right now, I've been working on now for a while. This sort of basket weave interlocking blanket deal. So
Have a good night, Carson. Thanks for stopping in.
night. I'm getting all overheated, so you're gonna have to deal with my bed head. A little too warm. Um, but no, so I just, me, I'm always working on something or other,
I
and
love
then
it.
to actually have some goof off time, some me time. I've been replaying a video game. It's called Days Gone. It's a post-apocalyptic landscape where your only form of transportation is a motorcycle, and the entire landscape is swarming with mutants called freakers. They're sort of like they're not zombies, they're not the undead, but they are fast and they are bloodthirsty, and there's like swarms of them, like hundreds of them, and the graphics are really good. And it can
Oh
be very
wow.
terrifying. It can be very terrifying. It's like, you ever see the movie World War Z?
No, it's not my genre.
It's sort of like that. It's like there's like a sea of them, and
Yes.
you can get engulfed very easy. It's crazy. It's a lot of fun. Um, but yeah.
I'm a low tech, low pressure person. I don't play very many video games. If I do, they are math games. Like I love 20, what is it? 2068 or 2048, where you can merge the numbers.
I don't know how many inches wide the blanket is, Ray Tina, but thank you for asking. It's several feet wide. I want to say it's like maybe 4 feet wide, I think. Like maybe
Mm.
4 feet thereabouts ish. You know what? Sorry.
Measuring tape.
Oh, would you look at what I got here? This was from my box.
Oh,
I was
what
This
gonna
is?
say
this
that looks familiar.
yeah. This
Measure.
was from my Advent box.
Yes.
So let's see. So I can answer. I believe it was Tina Ray, was it that asked?
Yep. She's
Okay. I
looking
hate
for
mess.
about. She's looking for 40 inches.
Aren't we all, honey? Sorry,
Um, Reading the chat, and it's Ray Tina.
Ray Tina. I'm sorry. Well, I mean, the thing is that with this particular blanket, you can make it as wide or as narrow as you want to. I just decided to do a blanket. You could do a scarf. You could do a baby blanket, like a full queen size, whatever. It is about 45 inches in width, although you can make it whatever width you want. You know, it's the precious baby.
It is your baby.
Because you know me, I always try to give the multiple when applicable because that's one of my pet peeves. I don't know about you, but when a pattern
It is.
says do this number of chains, okay,
And
well,
then
what if I'm
you
using a
can't
different yarn? What if I have a different gauge? What if I don't want a twin size? What if I want a baby size?
This big girl.
make it so
You know?
I can work it.
Yeah,
I'm
exactly.
not a
You know?
small person. If I'm making a throw, but that throw isn't going to cover my legs, then who am I
Hmm.
making this for? And therefore, will I or won't I make it? But if you
Right.
give me
I
the
mean,
multiples, I can make it as big as I like.
exactly. That's why with like all of my patterns for the blankets, I give multiples. I don't give a set number because also I get a lot of questions. How much yardage? I'm like, how high is up?
That part.
You know, not to be a complete, you know,
Be
bee
wife.
about it, you know, but the thing is that's why I don't give the yardage because it totally depends on your starting chain, your finished length, what size hook you're using, what's your tension, what's your gauge. That's why I can't give that information as much as I would love to.
Oh yeah.
I can't, you know, because it's there are too many variables, you know. Because Russ, he could be crocheting something and I could be crocheting the exact same pattern using the same hook, same yarn, and we end up with two completely different sized items
Yes. Heck,
because we are
think
not
about this.
machines.
Well, think about the squares. If you're making squares, you can have one square using, again, exact same hook, exact same yarn, and have them turn out completely different sizes. Maybe when you did one square, you were comfortable and feeling easy breezy. And the next day, you go to make the second square, and you've got all this stuff on your mind, and you're tight and rigid. And therefore, whatever you make is smaller and more condensed.
Yeah, well, I mean, I noticed that most significantly way back in the day when I would have a drink or two when doing my stitching. Oh, yeah, I would notice a difference in the tension and the quality of the stitching. And then the next day I'd be like, oh, no, I got to frog this. No, 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 no. You know,
Um,
not only did I make some mistakes, but also the tension is all over Helen Creation.
Turtle, I use Eucalan. I'm
I
not sure.
honestly, I've never used Wool Wash, and I'm not saying don't. I'm just saying I never have. So I can't recommend what I don't know anything about.
I am allergic to wool, but for fibers that I want to be careful with, I will admit I make my own laundry detergent. So
Good for
that's
you.
that.
You're saying that almost like it's a thing to be ashamed of. No, good for
Oh no,
you.
I'm just saying that when it comes to knowledge about something like that, I simply don't know. I do it. Somebody asked me the other day, why do you make your own laundry detergent?
Because we
Because I'm
can.
because I'm cheap and tawdry.
Uh,
My truth is spoken.
Go
I'm
with
cheap
it.
and I'm
Well, no,
tawdry.
there
And
there is nothing wrong with being economical, seriously.
oh
Nothing at all wrong
no,
with that. And
Um,
also because that way you know what's in it.
I
That's the other
absolutely do.
thing. Like, I mean, I love making sourdough bread. It's
Yes,
easy, it's inexpensive, it's just a couple of ingredients, and I know exactly what's in it.
exactly. And it's a beautiful thing.
I mean, granted, you have to wait. It is a waiting game, but
Yes.
there's no real effort involved. It's so super easy and it's so gratifying.
I was just going to say, it's rewarding to know that
Yeah.
when you make a sandwich for someone and you say, here you go, and they go, I've never seen this bread before. Yeah, I just made it.
I I went to using laundry soap sheets
Yes,
that are 100% natural. You just break them up and they dissolve, and it's environmentally friendly, and the box is biodegradable. So there is no plastic jug, there is no harsh chemicals. I even sent Craig a box.
I
mm,
still have them. They're things get lost in the shuffle. I know the general vicinity of where they are. I do know where essentially the general vicinity of where they are. I do know. So
Um,
don't
some
judge. Don't
somebody,
judge me.
Michelle, somebody was asking if you can put your soap recipe on your channel.
There you
you know
go.
what? I absolutely can, and I will tell you, it's not necessarily my recipe. In fact, let me look up the website where it originated from because I think it's called Mom Sauce. It's not a liquid or a powdered detergent. It's actually a cream.
Hmm.
And I just add a tablespoon in with certain laundry. I don't use it with all my laundry. Please understand. I have a young man in my house who, bless his heart, could not paint off a wall. So we have to have things that, have the ability to remove scents and odors. But
So with
for
his, you add a dash of napalm in with your detergent.
kind of, sort of, kind of, sort of.
Delouser, napalm.
But I'm not trying to do his laundry. So for him, something easy like a cleaning pod that you can just toss in is easy. So let me look up this sauce information. Bear with me.
No, I totally hear you because I mean, I started making my own ramen seasoning. It's like a little bit of chicken bouillon powder, some herbs, some seasons, some spices and stuff like that, and I just throw that into my water. Throw in some bunwood noodles and whatnot. It works. It's good stuff. So I totally get it. Um, Apparently, you can use instead of like a chicken bouillon powder, you could use nutritional yeast, and supposedly
Yes,
that
you
tastes
can.
like chicken bouillon. And
It doesn't, but it's good. It's a different flavor, but it's really, really good. You're talking my
because
wheelhouse. I love to cook.
because I use the nutritional yeast for when I want to make cheese flavored sourdough crackers. I add that to the dough, and it tastes like cheese. So I'm not sure how that translates into chicken bouillon, but you know,
Hmm.
Now
you
you
know,
know I am not on Yarn Inspirations website again. I just go to check my order and then I'm gone.
And he
Because
does it every 2 minutes.
if I look around the shop, I'm going to be buying stuff, and I already bought stuff, so I don't need to buy it again.
no, you don't.
Exactly.
See, last night just as I was getting ready for going to sleep, well, last night, 7 this morning, um, I almost impulse bought another loom, but I didn't. I refrained. Um,
Whew.
I know. It's
I just was like, no, he didn't.
I didn't. No. Well, it's a different kind of loom. It's not an inkle loom.
Mm.
It is a people call them potholder looms. It's
Oh,
basically
the
a
square
square.
one.
Right, a
Yeah.
square frame, but instead of those god-awful plastic pegs sticking up, no, they are round-headed nails that are hammered into it around the circumference of the frame. And so you can create these really cool woven squares. Eons ago, they were referred to as pin looms, and it was
Mm-hmm.
groupings of three. It was like a group of three, a group of three, a group of three, and it would create a different kind of weave to it. And I was thinking maybe do this and it'd be a little different. I still might, but I didn't want to impulse buy at 7 in the morning when I had already taken my sleeping pill. And I was like, on the way out, I'm like, you know what? I'm not going to impulse buy this one, you know. Um, but I think it's Dewberry Farms on Etsy. I was looking at those and they look really, really
Yes.
nice.
Ooh.
Exactly, exactly, Lene. You cannot beat Yarnspiration's prices on Red Heart or Karen, hands down.
Yeah. Yes.
You cannot beat their prices right now.
No, you can't.
I'm
If
not even sure if they'll ever have these same prices ever again.
Well, maybe they're doing what they're doing because they know that people like you are going in a mad dash of fear and paranoia and angst over the potential of the tariffs, and people are going on buying binges. So maybe they're hip to it and they're doing it that way, that for that reason. That might be it. I don't know. I'm not in their sales department or anything like that. I don't know. I just work here.
the answer to the question of where the recipe comes from, it is www.budget101.com. And what you're looking for is original mom's super laundry sauce. So that's what I make. And it is awesome. I can make, well, because like I said, I just use it for things that I know I need to be careful with. Then I can make sauce twice a year if I want, just for me. Of course, I have people who will show up at my door and hand me money and take it away. So there's that. Hey,
There are
man.
worse things.
I'm
Hey,
not
Matt.
complaining.
Matt, if you want to come up with us, I will put the link in the chat box if you want to come up with us.
Hello, hello.
I'm tracking my ice yarn order like how kids track Santa. I'm so excited to get my first ice order yarn. Patsy, that's awesome. I'm tracking, it ain't even left yet. It's not even packaged yet. And I'm still always looking.
By the
Update,
way,
update.
Matt, I wanted to give you an update. So I did look into that book that you recommended to me, The Necroscope. I appreciate the recommend. I read the description and it sounded cool, but a little too off the wall for me. Not necessarily in a bad way. It was just sort of like I couldn't wrap my head around the idea because it was um, a lot of like psychic phenomenon, horror slash spy stuff. It was like the supernatural meets the spy world meets whatever. And so I was like, it sounds neat, but I didn't know if I'd get into it. Also, I couldn't find the exact copy that you were referencing, unless if I wanted to spend an arm and a leg. So I did get instead two books. So, because I'm almost done reading Interview with a Vampire, I've got one chapter left, like maybe 20 pages, and I thought that I could continue on with the second book in the series, The Vampire Lestat. So this is a possibility. Or I was thinking about Clive Barker's Books of Blood. This is the first 3 volumes.
Oh
And
wow.
I mean, I love horror. I do. And so I thought that this might be a good choice. So you inspired me to try this one. I might have read it or parts of it eons ago, but it's so long ago that I don't even remember. So, but you inspired me to, try this one. But I didn't go with that one, but I do greatly recommend, sorry, appreciate the recommend, Matt. Don't get me wrong. But I wanted to give you that update, Matt. You know,
I'm
I know
sorry.
I'm just so exciting, aren't I?
You're very welcome. You're very welcome. I will say this. Um, VJ is talking about the fact that she's used all those ingredients, but not together. I like having it in a creamy fashion where I can just toss and go. I have made the sauce and just done it in a liquid form. And I didn't like it because it kind of came gunky and I always had to stir it to use it. I'm not trying to work for something that I need to do work. I tried the dry powder. The danger with that is if somebody decides, oh, I'm going to pour some water in there because it's just a bucket and I'm trying to move the water, then you got a mess. So make the
Well,
cream,
yeah,
put
the
it
whole
in a
point
jar,
is
and
to
you
make
move
it
on.
easier for yourself, not more difficult and more work.
This is true, but
Yeah.
sometimes the minds around me aren't always engaged. They are like the treadmills that hold clothes. You see them, you think they're going to do one thing, they do something totally different.
Would the two of you be okay if I stepped away for a moment?
Yeah,
Of
it's
course.
fine. We can talk smack about you. It's fine.
Okay. Talk
Oh,
all you wish.
we will. So,
Ouch.
what are your plans for spring?
Ouch.
The
Oh
season
goodness.
or the YouTube creator?
The season, darling. I'm not going to make you spoil your channel. I want to know what Craig is going to be doing over the spring.
I have no clue. I try not to think too far in advance because that's a great way to drive yourself crazy.
I'm already
Um,
there.
well, I mean, for me, being driven crazy is a short commute. Um, you save on gas. Um, no, I try not to project too far in advance. Like I like to have a couple of different projects, what's the expression, in the kitty,
Yes.
you know? And, so that way I don't have to like completely stress out, oh my God, I have nothing for this week. What am I going to do? I have a bunch of projects right now that I either have finished that I could just do a tutorial on, or they're where they need to be, or they're in my head and I can just go from there. It's fine. But as far as any sort of agenda or anything, no,
Yeah.
no.
I
When you make plans, that's when life throws you curveballs that are studded with, razors and stuff. It's
oh
like,
yeah.
it's like you don't want to make too many plans because life is life. You know how that
Life
is.
will life you.
Exactly. Life will take yours away. Um, and so I try not to think too far in advance. It's easier that way. Just like how I say, expect nothing, appreciate everything.
Absolutely.
You know,
Absolutely.
it's a lot easier. It's a lot less
Yes.
committal. Um, so yeah. How about you? Any plans?
Well, the spring is birthday season for me.
Ah.
So that was the first opportunity I ever had to go to a local yarn store. And since then, thanks to VJ, I have found two more local yarn stores. So one of the things I'm going to be looking forward to doing as the weather improves is getting out a little bit more to stores and seeing what's out there and learning more about yarn. I I've been a crocheter for 24 years, but I'm just now learning that yarn can be something other than Karen 1 pound or Red Heart and things like
Hmm.
that. So my palette is expanding, and as such, I want to know more and learn more. And like hooks, all I ever knew were boy hooks. I knew I didn't like Susan Bates. I don't
Me
like the
neither.
way their heads are designed. They're just not. It's not my
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah,
No,
I
no yucky
totally
yucksy
understand you on
yum.
that one.
Yeah. So of course, as such, I was like, well, the more you do this, the more you want to know. I wanted to try different hooks. So I tried, of course, I have to remember I have a budget. Whether I like it or not, I have a budget, you know. So I tried the Omi hooks and I liked them okay. The resin didn't bother me. What did not sit well with me was, and I had been warned, you put it on the desk, it may roll off. So not paying attention in the dining room, I'm busy. I put it down and I hear zing and it breaks. So I'm thinking, that's not the worst thing in the world because I had two different really cute ones. So I grabbed the other one to finish what I was working on. And as I put it on the table, I'm thinking, it's not going to roll because I put it on something. Yeah, it rolled right off of that and broke too. So yeah, I have probably 5 more resin hooks that I'm never going to touch because I'm
Mm.
never going to break them. They're pretty. They make great photos. That is all. And they're usually stuck in whatever I'm making.
So
I
those
want
hooks, those are for looking, not for hooking.
absolutely not. You know, I'm a professional hooker. I gotta have a good quality steel product.
You
See,
gotta get
this is
that. You
how
gotta
I
get
get
that shimmy
excited.
shake in there, girl. We gotta do the Shug Avery.
Oh, I love that movie. But
Sister, you've been
I
on my
don't sing.
mind.
Ask
Sister,
Roxy. She'll sing.
what you of a kind soul, sister. I keep an eye on you. I bet you
Oh,
think you know nothing about singing the blues. Well, sister, I got news for you. Well, sister, this sugar's feeling fine.
What the
oh,
flippin' heck is that?
That I was what's the word I'm
I was
looking
about ready to
for?
call 911. I thought you were flipping out.
he
No,
was
no, I
singing
was
one of the
embodying the
songs
spirit of a jazz queen, baby.
That was
I'm
from.
at
very good.
It
what's that?
was. It was from the movie The Color Purple,
Yeah.
What's going on, Craig?
and that was
How you
an
doing?
What's
amazing
going on,
book.
Michelle?
And hi, sweetie pie, how are you?
What's up, Ross?
Oh, I am sorry. When I said when I asked if you wanted to come up, I had to step away for a minute. I apologize for the delay,
That's
Matt.
all good. We all gotta step away sometime.
Uh, my knee is really, for some reason, it's really bothering me tonight.
Sorry.
Ugh.
Did you grab something for pain?
Well, yeah.
Very good. Then that's what we
And
want.
I,
I'm sorry. I missed something. We're all
uh,
looking.
Craig, the description on that book is really it's really crazy. But once you get into the book, it's really good.
You know what? What I might do is I might like order it from my library, because the only prices that I can find on Amazon, I'm like, you know, that's where I get most of my books. I was a little bit miffed though because with this book, the cover was completely
Oh, the
bent
ad is
in.
excellent.
It was completely bent in the envelope, and then so I had to like unbend it, so I got this lovely crease. I don't blame the delivery people because they didn't put it in the envelope. I blame the packing people. But conversely, I understand the god awful quota timed regulations that they deal with, so I'm going to cut them some slack
Are you guys
because
doing that?
the book itself is fine. It's just the cover, you know. So I'm not going to get all freaky on them. Not
That's
worth
like,
it.
it was like going crazy.
I'm confusion.
What's that?
What did I miss?
Oh no, it's like the sound was like going crazy.
Oh
Oh,
yeah, that was a few moments ago.
that would be life, unfortunately.
Yes.
But yeah, I remember reading bits of Clive Barker's Books of Blood many moons ago. We're talking decades ago. And I'm like, you know what? I've probably forgotten anything and everything that I ever read of that. So I figured, yeah, I'd give it a whirl, you know. But I was thinking of using that as a palate cleanser for in between Interview and The Vampire Lestat. You know, that's kind of what I was thinking.
I really like this stuff. I'm going to make myself big for a minute.
Go for it. Give us
Share,
an
share.
infomercial, baby.
Oh my goodness.
So-
I have not tried that.
I am not sponsored. I bought this off Amazon. And let me tell you, this stuff is better. It's all natural. And it's way better than this.
Oh, that doesn't work. Oh, I'm sorry. It doesn't work for me.
This right here.
Arnicare arthritis.
It's all natural. And let me tell you, this stuff is way better than this.
Yeah, well, opium is all natural too, if you think about it.
This is very true. It's very true.
You know, just grow some poppies in your backfield. You'll be fine.
Yeah, but this only has 2 ingredients and it works.
For like my back pain, that's what they actually gave me. But at the time, it was a prescription. Was the Voltaren?
Yeah.
And it worked. But yeah, it's not what I thought it was going to be.
Well, I mean that sounds like an anime character. The
Lisa,
Voltaire, the Voltrain.
Evil Voltaren.
Right, it's
Lisa,
like a machine that transforms into something else, like
I don't know where
Voltron.
that came from, but
That's fine.
Lisa, I need to ask Lisa a question. Lisa, was your package supposed to be delivered to me today? I cannot find any information on it. I was tracking it from FedEx, but now FedEx is like totally gone, and I do not have the package. So I'm just wondering if it was supposed to be delivered today, or did they reschedule delivery? Sorry, guys, I just had a.
No, it's fine.
No apologies needed. We understand.
It's your show. You'll do what you need to. It's fine.
Lorraine has a smiley. Yes, it's not there, but says it will be there by end of day. Okay, thanks, Lisa. Because it's totally on my end. It's totally gone.
So, Michelle, when you were talking before about crochet hooks,
yes.
Now I totally get what you're saying about the difference between boy and baits, and how
Yes.
I'm definitely all about the boy as opposed to the baits. Russ, go back to your kennel. Russ, go back to your kennel.
I'm all about the boy, and that okay. Go on, dear.
No, I'm not into boys. I'm into men. Thank you very much. At any rate, but I think it's the Clover Amours. Those are really good. You know, the Amours are good.
These are the Susan Bates ones.
Yeah.
Ugh. Yeah. Sorry. No offense. If they groove for you, go for it. But they're not my thing.
Not my jam.
So the Clover Amours are sort of like the boys, but they're a bit more ergonomic.
I have them.
There you go.
I have a whole set of them, and
There you go.
My challenge with these is the challenge a lot of people may have if they have larger hands. And I may not be tall, but I have large hands. So these get lost in the palm of my hand, and I've had trigger thumb surgery, and I'm supposed to have trigger finger surgery on the 2 middle fingers. I'm trying to avoid it. So I had to find something that was a little bit longer. My solution was to get the dots. I love these. They're the exact right the dots hooks. They are the
Haven't seen
exact
those,
right
but they look
size.
cool.
And like I said, I have large hands, so they barely get to the end if I hold them the way I want to. They don't stick out, but they're perfect. And man, I love these hooks. So
Now, well, I will say though, that
is that Knit Pro?
Oh, these are zings,
Okay, I haven't tried Zings yet.
and it's the hook's kind of like a. For me, it's better than the clover hooks because
Mhm.
the tips on the hooks on these are more like the clovers, but they're a little longer.
Oh, nice.
But they're skinny.
But that's the only thing. They're skinny,
that
but
would wreck my hands. I need something ergonomic.
they're
Yeah,
still.
I need some. I need my hands to be a little more full.
You know.
I don't.
So
I don't.
the
And
thing
then
is that
of course we have Rebecca's favorite.
Yes,
the gold handles.
I love those.
Yeah,
I
I
love
haven't.
those.
these are the ones. These are the ones that she uses the most of.
Yep. I love those.
Yeah, that's her. That's her set of. Whoop! What? It's hard to figure out how to like
Angle
get
it
it.
for the
You're all
camera.
good. You're fine. So the thing is that I mean, I understand that a lot of people are on a budget. I respect that, but I still stand by these stilettos because it does have a a hook tip that is
Ooh.
very reminiscent of the boy. It looks like
Yes.
it's sort of like a Bates, but it to me it really feels like a boy because it's not like this weird chisel tip. And so these I swear by. This video is not sponsored, not no affiliate link, nothing like that. No.
Oh,
I just know that I love these, and if you've been watching my videos for like the past 2 years, I'm
Oh, you
always
know,
using these.
I
You
was
know,
like you and
stiletto
praying
hooks.
for the people because they were in. Correct me, Palestine,
Ukraine.
Ukraine. I
Yes.
just remembered that we were concerned because they weren't available.
Right. I mean, they had to, take down their Etsy store, and then they had to create their own website, and they just have the most gorgeous products, and I've been using them exclusively ever since I got them. I love them that much. I haven't had any issues with them at all. No burrs, no snagging, no nothing. They got the perfect finish. You know, I know they are not cheap, but they are tools. You use them over and over and over and over again. So to me, that's an investment that's worth it. So
Ex-
if you are in the market and if you can afford it, go
I
for
cannot.
it.
I cannot.
Go for it. Save up
Matt's
your bingo
hands.
money and go for it, because they are totally worth it and I can't recommend them enough. The only thing is that like so many other uh, websites and so forth where it's each one is a one of a kind. If you like it and you got the funding at the
Funding.
time, don't wait.
Yeah,
Get
because they'll
it
be gone.
because when you go back, it'll be gone. That's how it works, unfortunately, because I've done that myself. When they had their stuff on Etsy, I'm like, ooh, heart, heart, heart. Next day, gone, gone, gone. So you gotta jump on that and you gotta act fast if you're in that vicinity, in that mindset, and you're like, oh, I can, but I just not today. Don't wait.
There won't be a tomorrow.
No.
Matt has the other ones that I use
Oh, the
as
prim.
much as. Oh yeah, love my prims. Love my
I.
prims.
You know what? I really actually like the hook on them,
Mm-hmm.
but I didn't care for the squeaky noise
Yeah, because they're acrylics, right?
They
because
are acrylic.
yeah, and so when you're working with them, it's like scritch, 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 scritch. It's like, and that it made me crazy. But to start out, like
It's a good
hook.
entryway.
It's a good hook. It's a good hook to get into because you can find them like at Michael's and stuff, and they're you're not breaking the bank for them.
Right.
Yeah.
Matt, where did you get your zings?
I got them on Amazon.
Don't
Okay.
encourage him, Matt.
I know. I know.
Don't
I got a
enable
green handle
him.
boy hook that I've used for a long time. I got a furls I got from Michi, but haven't gotten a chance to use it. I'm not a fan
I
of
tried the pearls. I was not a fan. I love
am not a fan.
ergonomics, but they've got a Susan Bates head.
Matt.
Oh, no.
Matt's got the bougie hooks.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
they-
have pearls
they-
too in blush.
They say I'm the bougie crocheter. I like the bougie stuff.
You are.
These actually, the furls metal streamlined, actually they work the best for me. Because also I have big hands. I'm a knife holder, and it's like the metal ones I prefer because it slides real well,
Mm-hmm.
and also holding the metal furls. Oddly enough, it's like holding a tool. That's like working on the car or doing something like that. It's like it's like holding it like like a wrench or something. It has that same
Like
kind of
something
feel.
industrial.
Yeah. So I really like these, but for some stuff.
I was just about to say for some stuff. Other stuff, not so much. And for me, I have the full set in blush.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I did the
So wait, you're frugal, and yet you went for a full set of pearls, and you're frugal.
Hey, they were blush. Big shiny object. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah, I went for the
So you went full magpie. You're like,
did.
ooh, shiny, sparkly. You went magpie.
I did.
Yeah.
And no
You turned
offense.
into a blackbird, a crow, a raven, a magpie, and you're like, ooh, shiny, sparkly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did the same thing.
Matt froze.
So the two red ones
Yes.
are my smaller hooks, and then the four
Okay.
silver ones are like the like L, H, J, and I, and then the smaller ones are
The silver
E,
ones look
E,
like
S.
I'm gonna
the
turn
silver
my
ones
camera
look
off for a
like
second. Excuse me for just a moment.
the next generation of the Terminator. The liquid metal Terminator, where he put like that metal spike through the woman's head. That's what that looks like. Those look like science fiction.
Well, it's I laugh because the chagus, like the chagu needles, are made out of surgical stainless steel,
Mhm.
and it's like, speaking of using like as something as a weapon, it's like, man, you could skewer
Well, that's why
somebody
you do not mess with a crocheter.
you could skewer somebody with one of those things.
You could go full Egyptian mummification mode on them.
Like,
Matt, could you turn down your volume? I'm totally hearing an echo
no, all my stuff is off.
on somebody. Who?
I have nothing on, but
There's nothing on over here.
I have nothing on, but it is coming from me because I'm hearing the echo.
I
But
can
there's-
totally hear it.
But there's
I can't.
nothing.
It was really bad earlier, and I had the live on, and then I turned it off, and that
Okay.
was the whole thing when we were talking about the books and stuff.
so I got up because I had to get the other hook I needed. I have to change sizes. But yes, I admit I did.
Oh,
I
go
love
you!
my girls. They are so pretty.
It's like a
Oh,
Revlon
Michelle.
counter.
I don't wear makeup, so I have hooks.
Oh,
There you
nice.
go.
You got one.
You go, Michelle, with those.
And then, of course, is my book of hooks, because you know a hooker's gotta have her weapons. And my little book, we start with my prims, but my first page is just my potpourri of hooks I don't really grab for anymore. My
Are
Omi's
those
over on the other side, and
are
of
those
course
two reddish ones the resin ones? Those reddish ones?
yes, these are
Those.
Omis.
Those
These
are
are
pearls,
not.
aren't they?
No, they're furls like. These are actually Omi hooks. They are, let me see if I can get that close enough. Omi crochet.
Yeah, they're gorgeous, but if they break,
But
what's the
don't
point?
exactly. That was the problem I had. And before I knew, I'd also purchased these also from Omi and thinking, oh, I'm getting a steal and a deal. Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, if you're going to buy a product, make sure that if it rolls off the table, it won't break or you
Mhm.
won't use it. And
I
then my
have
first
I have a
introduction to
couple.
furls
So fluffy.
was
There you
my
go.
silver,
Fluffy.
and that's
That's
how I
what you're
got
here.
into that. But then there's my dots. Wait a minute, here we go. The dots girls. And of course, let's see. The last page, of course, is my Clover Amours. So I have a couple of hooks.
Clover Amours.
Yeah, Rebecca, that's what she prefers is the Clover Amours.
They're good.
Yeah.
I mean, also to be perfectly honest, I have seen ones that are almost identical to the Clover Amours on Amazon for dirt cheap, where you have that really nice ergonomic silicone grip and the boy style hook, very, very cheap, like a full set for like maybe $15.
Oh, that
We're
is a
talking,
good deal.
yeah, like sizes like, you know, uh, I want to say F through like L.
Mm.
Yeah, like a lot of them, so I don't know like what the manufacturing is like or anything like that, but to
Yeah.
me they were very, very, very reminiscent of the Clover Amours, but they were a fraction of the price. I had gotten them for a friend of mine, who was just getting in, and I'm like, well, I want them to have some nice hooks, but
You're not
didn't
trying to
want to
break
break
the
the
bank.
bank, but because the thing is, the last thing you want to do, in my opinion, is the traditional boy hooks that are like really skinny mini with that slight flat head. If you're going to do any stitching for any length of time, those are going to wreck your hands.
That's how I started out. I wrecked my hand and the surgery. Okay.
And
We didn't
Wait a
have to do
minute,
that.
you're wearing my shirt.
You noticed you took long enough.
I'm sorry. Well,
You
because you
wore
got
this
up and I'm like,
shirt.
wait a minute, I know that shirt.
You wore this shirt and I immediately had to have it. Yes.
Well, go you rocking it. No,
Yes,
I-
yes.
it took
That
me
was
a
why
hot
I was
minute, but I got
watching.
there. I was late
Yeah,
to the party, but I got there. No,
you know,
awesome.
fashionably late is still fashionable.
so speaking of like the bougie hooks, I have one
Yes.
that's the bougie hook.
Share.
Is that an
The
Odyssey?
Furls Odyssey.
I knew it.
Mm.
Yeah, this one's the 5.5.
Oh,
So I have
perfect
one.
size.
I have one seriously bougie hook.
I do not. I do not. Sadly, I do not.
To you by what?
And
Nothing wrong with bougie. I mean, the fact that you call it bougie and you admit that it's bougie, that gives you like permission. You're fine.
Own your
yeah,
identity.
because I've looked at the prices recently
Mhm.
because I like the feel of it. So I was like, wow, see if I can get like another one. And I'm like, nope, this is gonna be the only one. This is the only one I'm getting because they were. I was looking at them. A set was like 1,200,
Yeah, something
and
crazy.
individual hooks were anywhere from 250 up.
Yeah.
for the Odysseys.
Okay, okay. So I'm sorry. I must interrupt you. Okay. That is highway robbery. That should be criminal because those are mass produced. Those are manufactured. These are handmade and these are not even that expensive.
Yeah,
So I'm sorry, furls, you should be ashamed of yourselves.
It's
You
not
know,
pearls. They don't
it's
make
not.
that
It's
one
not
anymore.
furls.
I thought that was a Furls Odyssey.
It
It
is, but
is.
they don't make them anymore.
It's discontinued.
It's a
It's kind of
Oh,
like
so
discontinued.
the
because it's
the
discontinued, that's why the price is so
discontinued
high.
look. Now, if you go onto like
eBay
eBay
or
or
Etsy.
that,
There's some.
they're like sky high, ridiculous.
So people are scalping.
Mhm.
Yes, just like
Oh,
they do
okay,
with the
okay.
10 anniversary cakes.
Yeah,
Okay,
it's not.
so
It's
let
not
let
fur.
me let me retract that a little bit. No, so it's not furls. It's people who are taking advantage of people like us, who are fanatics that are scalping and gouging and manipulating the system, just like toilet paper during COVID. Okay, okay.
Yes.
So, all right.
Yeah.
You know what, furls? I apologize. You know, but I thought that's just nuts.
Oh no.
Yeah, they were. And from what I know, I was listening to Scrimshaw, or not Scrimshaw, Ola Joe,
Ola
and
Joe.
she was saying that the guy that actually came up with the Odysseys had either passed away, or that's why they stopped making them, because he had the patent or something for the hook. And so they were going to come out with something. They were going to, in the future, they're going to come out with some other, like, more towards like what the Odyssey was. That's what Ola Joe was saying. And I know she's like the rep for them.
Yeah.
Not rep, but she's an
affiliate.
Colors. So, but it's crazy for that much for like a crochet hook.
I should go
Yeah.
through. I should go through my stash and find out all the yarn that they don't make anymore, and go on eBay and scalp it.
That's what they
Don't be
do.
like that. Don't
Yeah, that's not.
don't be like
That's
that.
what, that's what
That's not.
That's what they're doing, but the
Russ, don't be a
reality
part of the
is
problem. Don't be one of those.
Yeah,
Do
I
you
would.
really
I
think
mean,
I would have? Do you honestly think my heart would let me do that? No.
I have no words.
No, because you would sooner give it away than do a scalping scammy thing.
There you go.
You know, you would give it to somebody who actually wanted it and actually needed it, as opposed to somebody who just wanted bragging rights. You are the only one in this room that goes for bragging rights.
Not always.
We all know this.
Not
We know
always.
this.
Not always
Yes.
do I go for bragging right.
And then
Boy.
Only when it comes to you and your blankets.
huh?
Well,
we made
no,
this.
and you and yarn acquisitions, you love those bragging rights. We know you, but
yeah.
you wouldn't scalp. You wouldn't do a scalp job. We know that.
Tippy
Uh-oh.
wouldn't let him.
And if you do you like, excuse me,
Of course. You okay,
if you
babe?
do like the furls, like
And
the
I do.
Odysseys, but you don't, these actually, the heads on the hooks on these are more like the clovers, but the actual hook, like the rest of the hook itself, is like a Odyssey.
Mhm.
Are these?
Now, who is that? They're pretty.
So these are like the Odyssey. These
Making
are
an interesting thumbnail. You froze again, Matt.
these are like the Odysseys.
Mm-hmm.
But like I said, the hook,
You
the
got
shape
stuck
of
in
the
a
hook,
time loop.
the shape of the hook is more like,
I think he's having a problem with his
like the boy.
connection.
I see him plainly.
I have no problem with Matt. He's not freezing on my end.
He's not.
it's not freezing
No,
on mine because
No?
it's smooth.
show 'em the tag.
But
But
these are from this website.
Oh, you showed those the other night.
Yeah,
The hobby. How do you say that?
hobbyist.
Michi brought them out.
hobby site si.com.
Mhm.
Okay.
and we got them. Michi had talked about them, and
Mhm.
I was like, after I saw the price of the Odyssey, I'm like, nah, and so
My question for you is, are
Rebecca,
they heavy?
They're just as heavy.
they're
Just as heavy as what? Just as heavy as the regular furl streamline? Yep, it was Craig because he's zeroing on us.
no, these are a hair lighter than my Odyssey.
I wouldn't know what the Odyssey felt like compared to
It's
the
more like
streamline.
the metal streamline.
Okay,
It's a little bit lighter than the streamlines.
and that becomes the issue for me. The heaviness of my furls is why I don't reach for them quite as much as
But
I
it's
do
got
my
a
work
nice
horses.
handle. It's got a nice handle. It's different.
Yeah, but if the
But
weight of it becomes too much, I
the
can't
weight,
do it.
as far as the weight wise. Two of these are about equal.
To one, yeah,
Yeah. So
that might
they're,
be worth a look at.
you
But
know, if you want the same kind of like feel as this, because they do really actually feel more like these do.
okay,
But not the price. That's the way to go.
oh yeah. So for me, it's having something that is substantial enough for me to hold on to, so that I don't get the hand cramps. But it can't be so heavy that I get tired of crocheting quickly. That that's the introspect that I have to work with.
Well, and that's what I kind of struggled with to begin with the furls.
Hmm.
I guess like you must, just like anything else, using it, you build up
The muscles.
like
Oh, that darling is pretty. Sharon.
This
what's
is the
that?
this is the furls.
Oh
It's
my
a
gosh.
furls.
This is the furls.
Oh my gosh.
That's
That's crazy.
beautiful. Is
So
that
this
wood?
is yes, this is wood.
Mm,
Wow.
wow.
Um,
I love it.
this was actually a gift from a subscriber of mine,
I
and
love it.
so come on.
That's awesome.
This is a streamline, a furls streamline.
Okay.
Haven't even used it yet.
I was
She's
thinking
pretty.
about getting a couple of those.
This is their the rainbow.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Rainbow Pride one. Yes, she's lovely, but she's if is she wooden or resin?
Those
Wood.
are resin, I think.
No, those
Uh,
are wood.
Are
it
they?
feels like wood to me, but it could be resin.
Okay, that
It
would be
could be
important for me because I will never buy another resin hook. I'm too clumsy. But
and
you
then
might recognize this
yes. How you
because
like
we
it?
spoke. I love it. Oh my goodness, get me excited about a new toy.
Now this is definitely
It's
resin.
pretty. Yes,
Yeah.
it is.
That's the Sagittarius, isn't it?
I don't know. It's in a streamlined box.
Yeah, but they have
They have a
the
name.
birthday ones. Like there's like
Was that you or me?
that was me.
Okay.
He always likes to talk to me during these things.
Yeah.
But
Everyone loves to
I'm
talk
not
to
a
you.
fan. But Nelson wood. I do like Nelson wood.
I've heard great things about Nelson Wood. That is not in the budget.
This is
Yeah,
my
that is-
Nelson.
Oh,
That's
and
my
see,
Nelson wood.
my concern is the short neck. I need a little workspace,
yeah.
but they are beautiful, so well
I,
crafted.
I do have a couple of Omni hooks. I
Hmm.
haven't had the same luck like as or bad luck that you've had with like the resin ones. I'm a klutz when it comes to that, like dropping stuff
Mm-hmm.
and like my furls haven't I haven't
Yeah.
had a problem dropping them. Like they've been all fine. Even the Omni one, I've dropped a couple of times, and
Oh, I
it
dropped
hasn't.
it, but it just happened to be on the table. And when I'm working at my table, that's where I run into problems.
It
So
just rolled
I
off
don't use them. They just roll off. And because of the height, I don't have a bar height table. It's just a regular height table. But the moment that it gets that momentum from rolling off the table and hits the floor, say bye bye.
because I was when I started doing the virus shawl in my
Mm-hmm.
in that Rena's cake that Rena made
Yes.
for me. Uh,
Yes.
I found that my regular like metal furls, the hook didn't because this is the first time I've used a stranded
Thank you. Isabel is awesome.
like a stranded oops
Oh yeah, the untwisted ones.
the
The
untwisted one. So with my furls metal ones, I was having a problem. I was having a problem not grabbing all of the
strands.
strands at the same time. So this is a furls cookies and cream,
Yes.
and this one because of the way the hook it it grabs them. It'll it'll grab all of them at the same time.
I found
So
and
I found that this one actually works really well for like the Rena's
yes.
for the twisted.
Yeah. I've only used that type of yarn twice. And both times I what did I use? I think I used metal. I didn't use wood. And of course by that point I'd already been frightened out of using the resins. So yeah, I used the metals and I did okay with them. It wasn't a big deal. I had to slow down in the beginning, but once I got my rhythm, I was able to speed up.
Yeah, I was just having problems. I had tried the zings. I had tried the my regular furls,
Mm-hmm.
and just because that resin one,
Mm-hmm.
the actual hook part of it hooks over longer.
Yeah, the mouth is deeper.
The mouth is deeper, and so with that, it's for me the way my tension and the way I crochet, it works
Mm-hmm.
a lot better for me.
Well, I love it. I love it. We all learn what works for us by trial and error. I mean, think about it. We've invested in the tools that we use. We've invested in our yarns and our supplies. And sometimes you buy something that you think, oh, this is going to be great. Or you've heard dozens of people say, this is the thing you've got to have. I'm looking on my desk. I'm trying to see somewhere close by. There it is.
Well,
This.
like
I
with me,
heard,
I play guitar.
yes.
So you tend when you do something like that, you tend to go through a couple of different like and you settle on one brand that feels really good to you.
Yes. You have to trial and error.
It's
Like
trial and error.
this. And I made a video about this. This is the Addy hook, the Addy swing hook. Everybody was saying, oh, this is a great hook. This is amazing. You've got to try that curve. The ergonomics of this is beautiful. Oh, it's beautiful if you're a pencil grip. If this is how you hold your hook, this will be perfect for you. This is not how I hold my hook. I'm a knife holder. My hand goes over the top. This is awkward as heck. I cannot stand this hook. I don't use this hook. So it's not for me, but it may be for somebody else.
Michelle, do you have the entire set of those?
No, I had sense enough to only buy one. It just looked weird. Would you like it?
Well,
You're
I
a pencil gripper. It's on the
yes.
way. It's on the way.
Ouch. Oh,
What's
no.
wrong, babe?
Oh,
Oh,
I just moved
no.
my leg wrong.
Oh,
Sweetie.
Russ.
Do you have a recliner?
I'm sitting in my recliner.
Then why are you not sitting back?
Oh,
Because your stand isn't put together.
I gotta reach. I gotta be able to reach stuff.
That's a gooseneck stand. It will bring
Yes.
the yeah, you just
So
got to
it
get it put
can
together.
sit
What
on one side or the other.
Was
exactly?
right on who sent it?
Yeah, Michelle
I
sent it.
told you.
I didn't know who sent it.
The Queen sent it.
Hello, my handsome love. How are you?
I'm not handsome. I have hat hair.
He was outside.
Doing chores and I blew the driveway.
He was on the snow machine, getting the driveway clean because we have
Okay.
a really long driveway.
Mhm.
So we got about 4 inches of snow. So he had to get on the snow machine to clear out the driveway.
Well, my car is still buried. So,
I'm sorry.
Kevin, I need you.
Everybody needs me.
I do.
We'll have him clean out Matt and Rebecca's house first, and then we'll come to clean out yours, Michelle.
Clean out my house for what?
The
We don't
snow.
have no snow.
Any of that bougie yarn that you've got.
Ah,
See, we're
It'll
gonna come
all
hang
be your
out at
pocket.
Matt's. Michelle, we might be there in a couple weeks, but we're gonna start at Matt and Rebecca's first and work our way east.
Well, I'll be patient.
hey,
Somehow,
if you get to my house, there's a lot of bougie yarn stores around here.
See, and then plus,
yeah, it'll be a
He
couple
can
of weeks.
just restock all of his shoe boxes then.
Eh,
So, Matt, what's for dinner
So
tonight?
how
We're
about
just
some
not even gonna.
Seahawks?
What's for dinner tonight, Matt? And where
Uh,
is our beautiful Rebecca?
Mine are
yeah,
good.
because Rebecca's cooking dinner.
Oh,
Oh no,
goodness,
she's
goodness.
not. She's sitting on her chair crocheting.
No,
Oh my.
when I come visit, I want Rebecca to cook because I want some of that delicious food that she always talks about.
Yes.
Oh, the Puerto Rican food or the
Yes.
Mexican food, because she cooks both.
Either way. And then you're
Listen,
gonna have to throw in some of your cooking too.
Well, I cook Portuguese, Filipino, and Italian.
Very good.
oh yeah. Oh yeah.
See, I won't go hungry at all when I visit you and Rebecca.
No, does it look like I go hungry? Come on.
I know I don't go hungry.
I refuse. I refuse to go hungry.
Oh, I thought she said I'm confused.
I'm too
No,
pretty
no,
to
no.
go
I
hungry.
said I refuse.
I'm too pretty to go hungry.
I gotta go in and do my bookwork.
What we having for dinner? Chicken?
Sloppy Joe.
I'd rather have chicken.
Chef surprise at
How
that.
how about sloppy chicken?
There you go.
Chicken, yams, and vegetables.
I can't eat chicken, so I'm voting for Sloppy Joe.
Okay, we'll send you a double helping of fried chicken.
That will be fine. I will feed the other children and I will come over into the kitchen and I will cook what I want. And it will be delicious.
There he is.
Hey, Craig. So
Hello?
we understand the pause was you.
Okay. Hang on one sec. Okay.
Better.
I had the other window open. Yeah, I got bumped for whatever reason. All of a sudden, everything became, I'm sorry, everything became like jumpy and pixelated and frozen. Then I got bumped and I tried to re-enter and it bumped me again. And I'm sorry. Technology, right?
Oh yeah.
Hey,
That's
it's
what it
great when
does.
it works.
So sorry.
So we've all been showing and playing with our hooks and chatting about all of those things. You missed all the chat. We missed you.
Sorry.
So now I get to play with one of my makes. If you do the honors, Mr. Russ.
He is listening to Kevin.
Professional.
Yeah, Kevin's
Good job,
giving me
Russ.
that financial rundown of
Of my retirement.
and at the bottom line, all I see is
No.
A great big huge yarn shed
No.
full of yarn. That's what I see. We
Okay.
don't getting old and trying to eat too is alt-rated. As long as we have yarn.
High in fiber diet.
There you go.
And yes, Fluffy, I do make pancetta.
See, now what's pancetta?
Pancetta is noodles. It's like rice noodles, and it has like cabbage and a little bit of bok choy and like a little bit of vegetables in it. So it's like basically it's like Filipino chow mein kind of thing.
Mm.
It's delicious.
Have you ever, Matt? Have you ever made your own kimchi?
I had a friend's mom years ago. They were Korean, and she used to bury it in the backyard and like
Bury it.
yeah, she would
Well,
make
it's
her own,
fermented. It's fermented spicy cabbage.
she would make her own kimchi. Oh my god, it was the best. It was
I mean,
bomb.
it's really tasty, but it is stanky.
Yeah. It's
Thank you.
yeah.
Thank
I
you.
ain't gonna drink nothing that's gonna eat me.
You don't drink it.
You don't drink it, it's cabbage.
I
It's
ain't
sort
gonna
of
eat it. It'll eat me back.
like a red pickled cabbage. It's almost like a coleslaw-ish, but it's bigger pieces.
It's good for
You know, it's not shredded like your typical coleslaw.
No, I didn't do a recipe on the yarn expressions. No,
Oh shit!
not at
Did you
all.
guys want to go yarn shopping? We can
No,
go
I'm
We
yarn
good.
shopping.
can.
We can go yarn shopping.
And let me throw this up real quick. This is it's been one of my favorite patterns, and this was done with the Rena's. I'm working it with the Rena's cake.
Hmm.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Oh, I love
So
the new
pretty. I
colors
love
coming
how it's
in.
going with the edge there.
Yes.
I love that color.
Beautiful.
Oh, I
So
It's like
love
the
that's
that.
transition. It's sort of like the transition of night into day.
well,
Yes.
here's the rest of what it's going to transition through.
Back into
Oh
midnight,
my
baby.
goodness. Yes, yes,
Yeah, that
yes.
is nice. I went to
Oh, that
order
is
some of
gorgeous.
your yarn from Rena, and it
So
sold out.
it actually the last is like a blue black.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, straight into midnight. That'll make an awesome border.
Whoop.
That's pretty. But yeah, I went to Rena's website to order some, and it's sold out.
Wow.
Yeah, she was. I know she had like she's catching up from the holidays, and I know she's supposed to get more in stock.
Mm. I've been
Are
hearing
you?
a lot
That's
of
not
really
rotten
positive things.
cabbage.
That's that kimchi.
Yeah, it's not rotten cabbage. It's fermented. It's like
Right. Rotten and fermented are
Right.
two very different things.
If it stinks that bad, I'm not eating it because it's gonna eat me back.
Well, I mean, then there's that fruit. I don't know what it's
I've
called,
had
but
that fruit. I've had that
that's
fruit, Craig.
stinky fruit. I've never had the fruit. It was like a confection. It was like a little cake
Candy.
type thing. It was a cake with like a filling that had that fruit in it. Oh my God. It was the first time I ever tried it. It was the stanky. It was like something died. It
Yeah.
tasted good, but the stank, it's actually illegal to
What
eat
is
those.
that? What's that liquid
It's
stuff
called
that
it's
stinks?
called durian.
Durian, thank you. Or durian.
Durian.
Yes. It's actually like socially unacceptable, and in some places it's like you could get, I think, like a fine if you like consume those in certain areas
Like
in certain
out in the
places.
open. Like
Yeah. It's like worse than pepper spray.
you know
Yeah.
what?
Wow.
You know what? If Andrew Zimmer won't eat it, that's saying something.
Yeah, it is.
You know,
Uh,
like and
If he
it's
doesn't,
just
if he won't eat it, that's saying something.
mm.
But
you know,
I've had it a couple of times.
it is pure stank. It's like a combination of like middle school locker room trash
And
bin,
onions.
and
Rudy,
mortuary.
come here.
Oh my goodness. No,
Yeah, it
yes.
Durian is horrible.
it's I don't know whoever thought it's like, you know what, this smells so bad. I must be desperate to eat it. I'm starving. I'm gonna eat it. Oh, it's shishi frou frou. That smells like poo poo.
She
That
poo
is
poo that smells like poo poo. Okay.
You know,
There's a word.
yeah, we were
made up on the fly, baby.
overseas, and it was like do as the Romans do. And I tried
Yeah.
it, and the fresh one, and yeah, no.
Can you only imagine what it smells like when it goes bad?
Ugh.
How would you know?
Yeah, exactly. They have them. They have them. You can tell when they have them in the like here. We have quite a few Asian markets, and you can tell where they're at in the Asian market
Uh-huh.
because you could walk down an aisle and you can smell it like over on the other side. Like,
You know, you got
ooh.
this like purple, blue, black haze surrounding the aisle. Paper mill and sewer treatment plant mixed. Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's awful, but you got to try it. It's one of
But
those
No,
like
things.
if it's in stuff, like if it's the candies or like what Craig was saying was in a cake, it's not as bad. Like if it's mixed with stuff,
Well, a friend
because
of mine and I,
I've had that.
we went to
I've
an
had
Asian
like
market, and she got a couple of those, and we were in her car. Oh, we had to roll down the windows and drive fast
yeah.
Oh my
because it
goodness.
was.
I know I've had them. I've had them. There's a place near us that has like dumplings,
Mm-hmm.
and they make like the durian steamed buns, and they're actually. I got one just because I'm, and
Adventurous.
it was actually really good. It was really mild. It was not like horrible. It was really good. So there's versions of it that are good, and the fresh one is you got to be tough to eat that one.
Well,
But
I will consider myself
kimchi is a
one
lot
of them.
less invasive.
Yes.
You know,
Yeah.
kimchi is definitely a lot less invasive. It's really tasty. It's very flavorful. It's very nuanced because you got like the sourness of the fermentation of the cabbage, but then you got some spice in there as well. It's got a lot of nuance. Um, and it's great as a side dish or just, as an embellishment to a current dish. It's good
Mhm.
stuff.
Yeah, it is. And I like the Korean, the pickled daikon too.
Don't think I've tried that.
That one's really good. And they have cucumber also. That's like the same way like the kimchi.
Mm.
And
The
it's
only
really
thing is, that, I mean, as much as I would love to make my own kimchi, that is a process, and also it's a stanky process.
Mhm.
So it's just easier
do
to
it.
just buy it.
Do it underneath your mom's bed.
Yeah, you love gambling with my well-being, don't you?
Craig, he's just trying to get you to move in with him and Kevin.
I
And
would if
bring
I could.
You'd
and
have
bring
to
your
if
bring
you
your
did that
yarn.
under her bed.
I'll bring my yarn. That's like, part of the rent. I know. But no, I totally would if I could. However, I probably wouldn't last long due to the population of cats.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, that
You know,
would be a challenge.
I would need like my own separate wing, um, a cat-free zone. But actually, I
And a
was looking
lifetime
at
supply
different.
of Zyrtec.
Well, yeah,
And
there you go.
on a fruit subject, if you ever try jackfruit, like fresh jackfruit, like if you like get a piece and you take one home, put oil on your hands before you
I've heard of jackfruit, but I don't think I've ever had it.
actually like eat it or take it apart. You have to put oil. You have to put oil on your hands
He's
It's that
right.
bad,
He
huh?
is right.
because it does not. It has like a sticky, like film to it, and
It'll mess you up.
it like sticks to your hands like crazy. So you have to put a little oil on your hands.
See, I'm not even thinking of eating this. I'm just thinking of giving it to somebody that I don't like very much.
It's
You can send
mildly
it to me.
inconvenient. I
I'm
love
cool. I'm
jackfruit.
cool with the jackfruit.
Yeah, jack-
We had it.
With
I
a
was in.
homemade barbecue sauce in a slow cooker.
I
Oh,
was.
yum.
I was in Asia, and we had it. They had it fresh, and I knew what it was, and I was like, "Ooh, fresh jackfruit," because I had canned jackfruit and that kind of stuff, and this was like right off the tree, and they didn't tell me
a lot of people
Uh-oh.
for,
about the oil trick thing.
Mm.
I had sticky mess like on my face, on my hands,
Oh,
on
It's
no.
like you got smacked with it.
it was just like I had sticky stuff like all over the place. And I was just like, holy moly, what the hell did just
So the last thing you want to do in that instance is start like blowing dandelions.
exactly
Because
because
you get
anything
covered with those little suckers and you look like you got
or
tarred and
like
feathered.
petting a cat or anything with any kind of because it would just you'd be like tarred and feathered.
I was trying to research other things to pickle because one of the easiest things is like refrigerator pickles because it takes no time. It's not fermented. It's just, pickled in the fridge. It's awesome and easy. Pickled jalapenos and pickled red onions. I love having those on like toasted sourdough with cream cheese. It's awesome. Um, meat
It really
substitute.
is, Jeremy.
Interesting.
Yeah,
Um,
they're using it now. I know we've seen it a lot in the grocery store here as a meat it's as a meat substitute thing.
Hmm.
Like you can get jackfruit tacos.
That sounds neat. But I was thinking of like trying to like go into like pickling other things, and I saw it was pickling mushrooms. That sounds really good.
My
Um,
grandpa used to do that.
or what? One of the weird things. I mean, to me, this sounds weird. Pickling watermelon rinds. Apparently, that's
I've
like a
heard
popular
about that.
thing. Hmm.
That's a brain breaker.
Yeah.
I
Or
thought that was kind
pickling.
of not to. I thought that was kind of like a southern thing. Was
pickling
like
red
the
peppers.
pickling the rinds. The
I've never
watermelon.
heard of it before. Or pickling. This one really threw me for a loop. Pickling orange peels.
Wow.
Yeah, right? I'm like, okay. I mean, I've made marmalade before where I just throw the peels and everything in together. And it
Right.
creates like a nice blend of the sweet and the bitter. But I've never even thought that pickling orange skins was a thing. But I mean, I want to try different things, I want to
There's
expand my horizons.
there's one I know they call for it like in Greek food.
I'm sorry, Cheryl.
I'm so
And
sorry, darling.
and it's lemons. They do something with the like it's preserved. It's not like a whole lemon, and it's
I
like
have some in the other room and I forget what they're called because I've never
they're like
used.
they're like preserved or like they're in oil or something or
Let me head
and
to
they
Amazon.
use them for like cooking like in Greek food and stuff.
Hmm.
It's really good. I've had them.
But I'm just always looking for new recipes and new ideas to try and, broaden my horizons, and I love trying new recipes and things, you know. I love thinking
They're
outside of the box.
Moroccan preserved lemons.
Yes,
Hmm.
they're good.
And I am looking up the make of them.
I mean, one of the best kinds of oranges, though, Terry's chocolate orange.
No. Chocolate, yes. Orange, yes. Together, no.
No,
Well, I mean, you got to grab one of those and smack it.
Hello,
Hello.
my friend.
Hi.
Hi, everybody.
Hi.
Hi there.
So this is my friend George.
Hi, George.
He knits and crochets.
It's a pleasure.
Ambistitual.
Sorry, I
And
had all of you guys on the TV.
Oh, of course.
Ugh.
so show us what you're working on.
All right. So I've been working on a felt bag. I'm not as far as I want to be with it, but I did get it a little further today. So it's just the base,
Nice.
but I'm almost done with the kit.
I
Well, you
love
got to
that
start from
red.
somewhere. And the thing with felting is it always has to be like twice as big. So you have to do like twice as much work because when you felt it, it shrinks down to like half the size. So it's understandable.
You've
Right.
made great progress.
Yeah, I mean, I made another bag. It's not felted, but it works. It holds all my yarn.
That's
like
all
it.
it takes. Functional.
I like
Yeah.
the bag that he made that has his yarn in it.
Can we see it?
Yeah, actually, I got it right here. Yep.
Sorry, Lorraine. I hope
Probably
everything is
help out a little
okay.
bit more.
Oh, there we go.
Oh, wow.
Oh my
That's
my.
very
Yep.
cool.
I love it. How beautiful.
Yep.
I love how the yarn
My,
did the pattern like that.
I don't know. Mom dropped off the yarn, and I just worked with what I had.
You did
That
an
looks great.
awesome job. I
That
love
was a
it.
good job. That looks
Well,
good.
thank you.
And now he has access to 150 totes of yarn.
Courtesy of Russ.
Courtesy of Russ. Because
Yep.
I told him if he ever wants to come over and look through my stash, he can.
oh, how sweet.
Yep.
So you're local?
You guys local?
Yep.
Yeah, he's
Oh.
just
Yeah,
he's one town over from me.
I'm
Yep.
Aren't you a lucky booger?
Yeah.
Yeah, didn't you you got the hookup?
that part.
No pun intended.
Yeah.
Sure.
He has access to the world's best stash.
He's
Yes.
got access. He's got access to the world's best yarn store.
That is true. And there's
Right.
another yarn store coming.
Yeah.
Everything that I ordered from Yarnspirations. Oh my gosh.
Yes.
Ay, ay, ay.
Aye, indeed. Well,
And-
guys, it is getting late, and I need to go check on the menus in my house and make sure I still have a front of the house and that the dog gets out. So I gotta go.
I'm going to be
All right,
going
honey
here
bunny.
too because
Take
Kevin
it
wants.
easy, Michelle.
It's time to
Thank
eat.
you, guys. It's been such a pleasure and an honor. to
Always a
share the stage with all of
pleasure.
you.
Always a pleasure.
Thank you, and I look forward to seeing you guys again real soon.
You shall.
Have a good night,
All right.
Michelle.
Good night.
Night, honey bunny.
And I'm going to call it too, guys, because Kevin wants to eat and I want to eat.
I know Rebecca and I are we've got to go run a couple of little errands before it gets too late. So
That's right.
we're on the way
Well,
out.
Russ, thank you for having me on. Matt, good seeing you again. And
Always.
everybody,
Always a pleasure.
stay
It's always a
yarny.
pleasure, Craig.
Bye, everybody.
Take care, everyone.
Okay, Matt, you and Rebecca have a wonderful evening. I love you guys. Thank you so much for coming up. I appreciate it.
Oh, it's my pleasure. I had a blast.
It's
Anytime,
always
my
fun.
friend.
It's always fun. All right. See you guys.
Take care, everyone.
Bye, everybody.